right, everybody. Tough loss today as the Giants go down 4-1, and it just was not much suspense at all today. It was just
another fantastic DeSclafani start, huh?
Yeah, man. Anthony DeSclafani, plug your ears. Get ready, Eric. Here it comes. Oop, it didn't. I forgot to hit the other. Forgot to hit. Here it comes. Anthony DeSclafani for the rotation. It is time. Well, first of all, we'll give him one of these. Now get ready for your ears when this stops, everybody. Here comes what we need to do for Anthony DeSclafani.
I hate when it does that.
This is what we got to do for DeSclafani. One more. Not gonna stop. DeSclafani, what? I tweeted it out today. You know, here's another thing. DeSclafani being Italian, he should know the words Arrivederci, palla. That's Anthony. That's what, when you look up the word Arrivederci, palla in the dictionary, DeSclafani's picture comes up.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. 3 home runs.
In one inning. In one
inning. That deserves the mega.
Wait, hold on.
One of these.
Hold on. If I remember right, I think we got a triple fart in here. And what did he give up? How many home runs in one inning?
3. Oh, that's 2. Is that 2?
Right again. What's going on?
Gee.
What's going on with my triple?
Oh, man. I tell you, I've been saying this all season long that DeSclafani, except for April where he looked good, he's been so inconsistent, not reliable, can't count on that. If he's not getting the corners,
forget about it.
It's just
he relies on pure command, and if he doesn't have that command, you see what happens. The ball leaves the yard.
What's your temperature out there in Galt today?
Let's see what it is right now. It says 103, but I think it's a little bit warmer than that.
Not hotter than Phoenix. Look at this. Look what we got here today.
111.
Sunday. Tomorrow, 113. 114 Monday. Look at that. Tuesday, 111.
I don't miss that.
Look at a week from Monday. The last day.
112.
Wait a minute. It was earlier I had one. There it is.
116. Yikes.
Look at that.
You know, I tell you what, Dan, I don't miss working on the flight line in the summer days at Luke, man. That was rough.
Yeah.
You got all the jet exhaust, you got the heat radiating off the.
Then you're out there in your long sleeve stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Well, we could take off the blouse, but you still have that brown shirt on. But there was one time they said when we were out there that the flight line was at about 156 degrees.
Wow.
Yeah, incredible.
It's nice and cool in here, though. I got it at 76 right now.
Yeah, same here. I got it at 75. No time of day on the weekend, so we're letting it fly.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm going solar here in about a month or so when it ever, maybe a little longer. So I'm gonna crank that thing. I'll run. I'll have no bill at all.
Nice.
So except for my solar bill, but
right.
But
man, what a game though. Jeez, man.
Well, it's just.
And Verlander had a decent game.
Yeah, they weren't hit. He had that nasty curveball today.
Yeah, he did.
Going. Jock Peterson, 3 strikeouts. Let's give Jock for the 3 called 3 strike threes. I'm going to give him the wet one here if I can find it.
You know what? I don't know what happened. It disappeared. I don't know who got rid of the wet one.
Really?
Yeah, it disappeared. I don't know what happened to it.
How could that happen? Certain things are just, I know it's gone. I don't see it.
Yep. I don't get it.
All right. Well,
but I don't know why the triple is now a double, but whatever.
We'll pull that back up.
I tell you what. I'll make the third. Here we go. There we go. Now we got the triple.
We are going to pull up some. I'll get that one back. That big wet one because that's
I tried to look for it on the mix kit, but I couldn't find it. I think you found it somewhere else.
I'll pull it right up here. But anyway, just
here's the thing: is you got the Desclafani going 3 innings, and now you're going into the bullpen again. This is the issue. It's you can't keep doing this.
Yeah.
Gosh, get some starters up here. Figure out a trade right now. I mean, Texas is doing it. Why can't the Giants just get it done?
Oh, man, we got a good one here. I just found a new one. Oh, gosh. This one's explosive. No way. How could that be?
Yeah, MF, I don't know what's going on. Fleming didn't used to be like that. He used to keep it pretty real. And if they sucked, he would say it. Now I don't know what's going on. Wow. Greg, 5 stinking hits. Oh man.
All right, here comes Jock's Day. And then Tommy Pham, who we got into it last year. This one's called the Long and Juicy. Jeez, listen to this. Oh man, that's not even quite realistic, is it? Jeez.
If it were realistic, you need to go see a doctor. Oh my gosh.
Man.
Yes, Spencer. I think they need more than one, to be honest with you. Oh, wait. We don't have the horses to compete. Yeah, with just 2 starters. Yeah,
here's my tweet for the day, guys. If anybody happened to see my tweet, didn't get a lot of action on it yet, but it says, if you've been following me on the NorCal Sports Network, you know that I've been saying that Anthony DeSclafani is not a reliable starting pitcher for the Giants and should not be in the rotation. If he's not hitting his spots, he's very hittable. 3 home runs in 1 inning is unacceptable. For the Giants to go anywhere this year, they need a true ace like Corbin Burnes.
Oh, there it is. And you know what? I'd be happy if you bring up Harrison and get someone like Corbin Burnes or a top line starter. But
yeah, you got to get a Burnes. You got him control. You can hey, look, we saw the Rangers yesterday get Aroldis Chapman. So the trades have already started. Today's July 1st.
And good point here, Dan, because even me and Los are talking about this. Why not do it now before the price starts going through the roof when everyone wants to be in the bidding?
I would be on the phones today.
Yeah.
And I would be offering up for Corbin Burnes right now. I would see that it's probably going to take somebody like a Reggie Crawford and Wade Meckler and maybe a third prospect like a Will Bednar, maybe 2 pitchers without giving up, your Luciano.
The top 3, the Wisenhunt, the Luciano, and the Harrison.
You might have to go something like Reggie Crawford, who's, going to be good probably, but he's a couple years away. Get Corbin Burnes in here right now. Don't wait till July 31st. You get him now, you can get 4 or 5 more starts out of him, and then you got him for next year and the chance to re-sign him.
Right. And a very good chance because he's from the Bay Area, right?
Right. So you give up 2 number 1 draft picks in the first round that are pitchers, and also somebody like a Meckler, and you get them for control for a year, and get this thing solidified. So we welcome in.
Oh, cool.
The man, the legend, and the crowd is going nuts. Here he comes.
Hold on.
Low Steve. And
Hi, boys.
Eric read the cue perfectly. All right.
All right. Well, look at this. Here we go. We'll kill it.
That's my music, not Rico Swall.
Oh, and here we go.
Oh, you want the
here
Rico?
we go.
Hold on, where's the Rico?
We got their propaganda.
Remember that old school jam, Eric?
Yeah, I remember that. Is that the hip hop one? Let me see.
Look at this. Hello, Giant World. Lost. That's the best music we got right there.
There we go.
Hey,
that's got low sneeze.
That's the best music we got. What's the name of that one?
That's the hip hop.
Really?
Energetic hip hop.
I like that. I think that should be coming the energetic hip hop. I like it. Okay.
Is that the NorCal staple now?
That's the staple right there. I got to hear that one more time. I liked it.
There you go.
Got a little jazz in there.
Yeah.
Got a little hip hop.
Yeah. Got a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
That's it. I'm taking that one. Locked in.
Man.
Royalty-free music. Look at Rothberg's comment. Look at that.
That one right there.
Oh, get out of here, Robert. Get out of here. Get out of my face. He's not going to be fine. Grooving balls down the middle, just batting practice. No. No. Here we go, Robert. You going to get the big new where's my gong? Here it is.
He's giving him the gong. He's giving Robert the gong.
Robert, you got the gong. One more comment like that, you're going to get a timeout. Come on. Disco.
If there was a YouTube in 1977, Rothberg would come on with a Johnny LeMaster for the All-Star Game shirt.
Yeah. Oh,
that's great.
He is the ultimate optimist.
Yes. Ultimate. Before we get off this, we're talking about Los, I don't know if you were catching this. We're talking about using some draft picks to pick up some major league talent. I kind of touched on this, and I don't know if you were hearing me talk about this yesterday, Los, before you came on.
Yeah.
There's a delicate balance that a club needs to have. You got to identify the prospects that are going to be part of your future, who aren't roadblocked by anybody, and then also have those prospects that, they're good, but there's people ahead of them, and they're not going to be able to, a major league roster only has so many spots. You're not going to have room for everybody. So you're going to have that strategy of, okay, these guys we want to trade for major league talent. These are guys that are going to be part of our future.
Yeah. And I'll say this to Robert. I haven't lost faith in Disco, Robert. I have none. I don't need to lose faith. I don't have any in him. He's grooves fastballs when he's behind in the count because he's not hitting his spots and there's no movement on his fastball. It's straight and guys are just, launching off of him. I've seen it over and over again. The Dodgers put up like 10 runs in less than 2 innings on him in 21. He's inconsistent. Sometimes he'll give you 5 or 6 really good innings, but other times it's just like BP and balls. I bet you somebody pull up, how do you pull up hard ball hit rate?
Oh God, who is that? It's a website. I can't remember what it is, but they have a little sliders that show, for batters, their hard contact rate, their whiff rate, their speed. Oh man, who the hell does that? Anyone in the chat, there's a website that does that, and I can't remember who it is. You'll see it a lot during like the trade deadline or even in the off season where people will use that as far as their statistics are going. Is it Fangraphs? I don't think it's Fangraphs.
Who's Stroman pitching today against let me look. Are doing a prize picks parlay today?
I see the Padres got out of their doldrums and put up a bunch of runs against the Reds.
Oh, did they win or is it over?
Yeah, it's 12-5. It was like 12-5 the final.
All right, so Cubs game starts at 4:15. Cubs are facing Cleveland. They're at home. I'd take the over. I think he goes over 91.5 pitches. If you're asking me that question, Senior, Stroman over under. I think it's a home game. Wonder if the ball's blowing out. You know if the ball's blowing out or and he's a ground ball pitcher.
You need to know that if they're playing in Chicago, if it's blowing out, then
he's a ground ball pitcher for the most part. So if the wind's blowing in, he's definitely going over.
There's a way. I think you can look at his previous. Yeah, I think maybe. Go to Baseball Reference. It shows his last few starts, and if he's averaging over 91.5, I'd go for it.
Where's his? Where? Go to
I think
baseball.
Baseball Reference. I think I think they showed like the 5 previous games or something like that.
Eric, to your point about draft picks, like for example, the outfielders, the Giants have down in the farm system Bryce Johnson, Grady McCray, Vaughn Brown, Heliot Ramos,
Meckler.
So of those 5, there's probably a couple more that we're missing. You're right. They have to identify who do we see being the best fit. Again, I keep talking about it for this ballpark.
Right.
This ballpark's not going anywhere. It's a batting average gap hitter type of ballpark. Which of these outfielders is best going to succeed in that? And then they're a little bit more of a priority than the other guys. So maybe the other guys are the ones that are shipped. Don't ship out guys that are going to do well.
Right.
You moving forward. You might have a power hitter that might be great going to Colorado or another hitter park. So, yeah, that's what you do as a front office guy and a GM guy when you're thinking about it.
You just hopefully you got the guys, in your organization that can make those determinations. It's not easy. I'm not saying that it's easy in any way, shape, or form, but
not at all.
You got to make sure if you're running a baseball operations, you need to understand, hey, we want to keep this guy because he's got the intangibles, like you said, for this park. And then look at the other guys might be just as good, but maybe there's not quite as much as a fit for the organization. So yeah. And then make moves quick and get these deals done so that the price doesn't go up.
Right.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah. Tomorrow they go for the rubber match. They won the first game against Toronto, then lost the final 2 of the series. Hopefully that form does not continue because, tomorrow night they've got hopefully the pitch. I'm guessing Wood is going tomorrow. Let me look.
I was just going to say it's probably going to go Wood, maybe 4 or 5 innings and then another.
Let me see if they announced Wood. Undecided still.
Ted is asking what he's missed. This is what you have missed. Where is it at? Yep, that's what you've missed.
A lot of ripping on DeSclafani.
A lot of ripping on DeSclafani, exactly.
And
Jock Peterson's 3 strikeouts.
Yeah, Robert Rothberg says don't lose faith in Disco. He'll be fine. I said I haven't lost faith because I have none. I don't trust the guy to give me a consistent outing. You can't have a starting pitcher who's just up and down. You don't know, 3 home runs. He struck out 3. He struck out the side crazily. He got struck out the side and gave up 3 home runs. I just don't think DeSclafani has, overpowering stuff. He's not a strikeout pitcher. He's a command pitcher, and he's got to be hitting the corners. He's got to be, keeping the ball down. And when he's not on, I don't know. I just think his ball looks so straight. Some balls, fastballs have they tail away or
tailing action. Yeah.
I don't know. Eric, do you remember yesterday? While Danny was out to dinner, I mentioned James Paxton of the Red Sox.
Yeah, you did. Yep. Okay,
so he went 7 1/3 against a good Toronto lineup in Toronto. 9 strikeouts, no runs.
Wow.
He's a lefty. He was hitting 98 on the gun.
Didn't he was dominant. The Padres used to be?
He's with the Red Sox.
He actually came up, I think, with Seattle. He was really good.
That's right. Didn't he throw a no-hitter or something?
Yeah. Yeah, he did throw a no-hitter. Yep.
Okay. Dan, that guy was filthy about 3 years ago, and he's had a few injuries. So he fits right into the Giants' protocol of a pitcher that can rehab, come here for a year or 2. But he's back to throwing 97, 98. He's got a filthy slider. If the Red Sox are out of it pretty soon, I would call Boston and see what they want, because he's filthy. He would not be a number 3. I think he would jump Cobb and go to 2. You could go righty, lefty, righty. You can go Webb, Paxton, and then Cobb.
You look at this team, the starting outfield, original starting outfield is all unavailable. Yaz, Conforto, and Haniger. That's the original outfield. Yaz in center, and on the corners, Haniger and Conforto. Not one of them is available right now. Yaz and Conforto will be back soon. Team is lacking some serious power from the right side. I think I like Matos. Believe me, I want to see Matos play every day still. But you're going to need a right-handed outfielder that can hit with some
power.
Slater's got some pop, but it's deceptive. But he doesn't hit a lot of home runs. I want to see, guys that I don't like Tommy Pham as far as his personality, but he's not a bad player. I don't know. I just don't know what they're going to do when they get thin around the edges like they are right now. Their lineup is just weak. Jock has done nothing.
Speaking of it, where was Webb or Wade today?
He's back. His back's bothering him.
Oh, here we go.
It's nothing serious, but I think giving him some rest right now, especially tomorrow, they're facing a lefty. Probably get another day of rest.
Yeah.
Get that back right. Giants are really they're stumbling right now into the All-Star break. They got 7 games to go. They need to really come home, win tomorrow, take 2 out of 3 against Seattle, and at minimum do 2 out of 3 if Colorado, if not sweep them, and go into the break with some momentum and get some rest.
They need it. The Giants need it. To Liam's point, I've been saying this for a while. Yeah, he's the Giants' ace, Webb is, but I don't think he's a quote unquote true ace in the sense of the entire major leagues. He's like a good number 2. I agree.
Yeah, I think if I was to put Logan Webb, I think he's a solid number 2, one of the better 2s. If you've ever seen those things where you can pick a rotation of 5 guys and they each get a point, like, you can pick any combination totaling up to 15 points. Have you seen those things?
Yeah,
where you got 5 pitchers in the number as a
like the top
as a 5 point cost you 5 points, 5 that cost you 4, 3. Let's see, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And I saw last year Webb was like a 2. I wonder if you could find those charts where you would find that.
Hey, check this out, Los. Thanks, Mark. I'm glad you enjoyed it, man. We had a lot of fun last night.
Let Dan know that.
He said, hey, look what Mark says. The wrestling segment last night was awesome. Got home at 1:30 and watched till 4. Man, that's dedication, man. I like it.
Love it.
That's
Love
awesome.
it. Oh, that's great. Way to go, Mark.
We're gonna educate Dan a little bit more here and there on wrestling and get him going. If wrestling comes down to Phoenix, I'll take him to a live event. He'll be sold.
Oh,
there we go.
Live events are great. They're really great. Glad you enjoyed it, Mark. It was fun.
We had fun.
It's hilarious. It's fun hearing other people's perspectives about it. Definitely.
Greg, no way we're winning tomorrow. I don't know if Wood's going. That's debatable. Yeah, it's depends the kind of wood that you get.
I want to get Greg and Rothberg on here at the same time, live.
Usually they are.
not just in the chat, like face to face.
Bring them in here and have them go.
The three of us will just
we'll just shut up and then let them.
We'll take a seat back and we'll enjoy the 2023 San Francisco Giants debate.
That would be good.
That would be very entertaining. Rothberg and Greg, are you guys up for that? Are you up for the challenge?
Yeah, I'm.
Just keep it civil. Just keep it civil. No, nothing personal.
And I think I think Greg would go. I think he would go off. I think Robert might subdue him with his kindness over and over and over because he's never negative.
Robert is in his mid to late 60s. How old is Greg? Greg, how old are you, buddy?
I think he said he was 68, if I'm not mistaken. So they're
68?
They're into dynamic.
Oh, we got another Trump Biden going at each other.
Dan, is this heaven? Baseball and wrestling post game? Sweet. Oh, this is awesome. But it's got to be the old school wrestling.
Yeah.
It can't be
68.
The
Robert
current stuff, not
72.
so much. We gotta go back in the time machine and.
Oh, we got 140 years between these two guys.
Oh, wow.
Robert and 140 years experience.
Oh, bring it on. That's hilarious. Oh, I'd love to see it.
Oh, Liam's Crazy Channel says it's his birthday today.
Ho!
Happy birthday to Liam's Crazy Channel. Let's all sing to Take Me Out to the Ball Game. No, hold on here. We've got it coming. Here we go. Happy birthday, Liam.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. Oh, man, dude.
All right. Hey, can we get a little cheer for that? All right.
Let's go.
All right. Way to go.
You know, if we ever want to bring some ladies onto this show.
Oh, well, that's the way it goes, man. That's just the way NorCal goes.
They're going to have to deal with it.
Yeah, I'll be right back. I got to get some water. I left my water
in
the other room there.
But yeah, I like that whole Paxson deal. We're gonna have to keep an eye on that one there, Los, because
Paxson
he's dealing.
I was on Giolito earlier, and he's solid. I just don't want a guy that's a 4 or 5 inning guy.
No,
pitcher.
I want somebody who's gonna go
having those.
At least, yes.
I want a guy bigger in stature that 100 pitches is nothing to them.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm telling you, if they can go 7 innings consistently and keep that bullpen from overworking, the Giants bullpen is the strength of the team. If they're worn down by September, October, then this season is going to go right down the toilet.
Save those bullets for when it's going to count, especially in that run. You need to have guys that go to distance.
Yep.
You can't have starting pitchers go 3 innings, 4 innings, or even 5. I mean,
somebody's going to trade for Paxson. I just don't know if it's going to be the Giants.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The Giants are they're just never out front. The
other guy I like is this kid. I don't think the Cubs will give up on him because he's young.
Oh, Steele.
Justin Steele.
Yep.
Nasty slider. I'm really sold on a lefty. I don't want to have an all righty rotation. And the reason I like Paxton in between Webb and Cobb is, let's say it's a 3-game series. You got Webb, a sinker ball slider pitcher. Then you bring in the lefty throwing 98. And then you go back to a sinker ball and Cobb. That's really messing with people's time.
Yeah, exactly. And you got to think about who you're going to face potentially in the playoffs. If you're going to go against the Dodgers, you got Muncy from the left. You got Freeman from the left. Those are guys who are going to probably do a lot of damage. In Atlanta, you got freaking Olsen. And I think the rest are right-handed, though, for as far as power is concerned.
And if there's any Giant scouts out there watching this, scan all of Major League Baseball and find a knuckleball pitcher somewhere. Danny, can somebody throw a knuckleball?
Anybody.
It's been done before. Yeah. Can you? I mean, these kids have not even seen a knuckleball. Do you know how that will mess them up? Can you? I mean, can you imagine going from a seventh inning guy and throwing 98, 99, and then here comes the eighth inning guy and he's throwing 56-mile-an-hour floaters?
Yeah, they won't know what to do. They'd be beside themselves.
I know there's somebody in the minor leagues somewhere throwing a knuckler. Let's see.
Where's R.A. Dickey?
Maybe he's got a 10 ERA. I don't know, but
there you go, Dan. Go out there, throw some knuckleballs. They'll get you.
There we go. I want to look at the power rankings. Let's take a look at the top.
Oh, yeah, they should come out Monday, right? I think.
Well, let's look at the top 25 pitchers in baseball. Now, this is a little old. It's about a month old. So I'm just looking at one that I just found here. Okay, rated by MLB on the how they're ranking this, I'm not sure, but all stats are updated through. Okay, so again, this is as of like May 20th, so a little over a month ago. So but these are give you an idea. I'm sure pretty close. Zach Gallen was listed as number 1 with the D-backs. Number 2, Spencer Strider with the Braves. Number 3, Sonny Gray. Interesting. Garrett Cole, 4. Eduardo Rodriguez. He was now. I don't know how he's doing. Somebody might want to check Eduardo Rodriguez.
I think you talked about him, Los, didn't you? I think he's out of what? Chicago, right? Or is it
Detroit? But how's he doing? Because that's a guy that they might be. I don't know what his age. I don't know much about Rodriguez. What his age is. What he's.
I want to say he's in his late 20s.
What his background is. If this is a fluke thing or if he's been consistently good. Because a guy
I don't like him as much as Paxson, but he is a big kid and he can eat up innings. And again, he might do well in that ballpark.
Some of these pitchers I'm looking at, this is too old. I got to get something more updated that's through late June. Okay, ranking the best MLB pitchers. This is interesting. This is MGM Grand, and this is through June 21st, so about 10 days old. So they've got Shane McClanahan of the Rays at the top.
Oh, yeah, he's a stud.
Framber Alvarez, number 2 with the Astros. Sonny Gray pitching really good. The Giants could have had him in the offseason.
I got some updates on Rodriguez. He's 4-4 with a 2.13 ERA.
Wow.
He's 6'2", 231 pounds. Big guy, like I prefer to eat up innings, and he's 30 years old.
Okay.
Throwing for the Tigers. He'd have a better record if he was pitching.
Is he hurt? Because Samuel Rosario says he's hurt. Not sure who he's talking about. Maybe he's talking about.
Yeah,
Matt Walden.
He chipped a finger, so he's on the 15-day IL.
Okay.
Perfect time to get him cheap right now.
They got Evaldi at 5th. He was available. Rangers picked him up. And that's, wait a minute. Is that all they listed was a top 5? Okay. I'm trying to find, I want to find pitching that is, oh, shoot. I don't see anything in here of recent. I'm just trying to figure out what pitchers are out there that are, might be available. Curious where, Logan Webb falls in that. Top 25.
Giolito, Paxson, and Rodriguez are probably. I mean, Corbin Burns would be, but that's going to take an.
That's going to be. Hey, Dan, check out what Mark said. I put it up there. He said he saw your tweet about Burns. I guess he had a perfecto going into the 6th.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Wow. Jeez. He's good. He's good, and yeah.
Samuel Rodriguez. Talk about Jordan or Montgomery. That's what Jeff Young was talking about. the other night? I think he came out
Yeah.
of he was originally a Yankee, right? Then he went to St. Louis, I guess.
You
remember
know,
him-
guys, we're talking about trading for somebody, but Keaton Winn, when he was brought in, was he brought in to be a reliever or a starter?
Who
He
knows?
is a starter, but who knows the Giants? The Giants using him only they've been using him as a reliever, but they used him as a starter the other day. I'd keep him in the rotation, give him another shot.
Yeah, because that's something the Giants kind of are known for. Like they go back and forth. They don't
But you know what's
somebody.
weird? When Farhan signed Stripling and Manaya, they were supposed to be starters.
Yeah, he bragged about having the deepest rotation
Exactly.
depth
And
in the league.
and now they're bullpen pieces because they both were crap in the bed as starters.
Because remember, I said Stripling, they were messing around with his mechanics, and he just basically said, "Look, I'm going to throw the changeup the way I've been successful the last 2 years in Toronto," and he looked good the last few times. So maybe Stripling comes around. Keaton Winn has probably got maybe the filthiest stuff.
Yeah, Keaton Winn. I'm going with Webb and Wood and Winn, the three W's. Webb, Wood, and Winn. 3 W's is my 3 of my starters, and I'm going Cobb as one of my other ones, 4. And my 5th starter is either going to be Stripling or Junis at this point.
Is Keaton Winn a big kid?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's a pretty good sized kid.
Okay, so if he's been groomed to be a starter,
he is. He's stretched as a starter. Yeah.
Okay, so I might flip that, Danny. I might roll with Winn as a starter because I think he can go.
I had him in the starting.
Oh, you did? Okay.
I said my 3 W's: Webb, Wood, and Winn.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah. Wood to me is a middle reliever. Like he's 5 innings at the most. He very rarely goes 6 or 7.
Yeah, he gets you 5. Generally, he's pretty good for 5.
Maybe I just am holding a grudge against him because he pitched when I was out there. He got rocked, man. God,
yeah,
Keaton Winn is nobody.
What I like about Winn is he is durable. He's 6'4", and he's 238.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, those are
you see Winn going 5 or 6 innings, throwing 95, 96, and then throwing that splitter. And then you bring in Wood and his lefty funkiness, throwing hitters off, and then take that to Duvall. That's a nice combination. So yeah, maybe Winn might be the third guy that breaks out, and maybe it might be Stripling. But.
Maybe have a rotation by the end of the year where it's Webb, Harrison, Winn, 2 rooks, 3, and Cobb 4, and Stripling or something. Or
how about a trade?
Or a trade. You find.
I think the odd man out is Manea. I just think he has not really shown much this year. But I don't know if anybody would take him in a trade. What did they sign him for? 2 years or 1 year?
2 year.
$12 million, $12.5 million, but he's got an opt out, so he can opt in if he doesn't have a great year.
He'll opt in. Hey, isn't that nice if you're an athlete? If you suck and have a horrible year, you opt in. If you have a great year,
I know. And that's another thing. These contracts that Farhan gets, these damn 1 year opt outs.
They have all the leverage. They have a great year, they opt out. They have a shitty year, they're injured. Oh, I'll take $12 million a year again. Just all the leverage.
But yeah, Senior had mentioned, he's like, it seems like the Giants always need an injection of energy. They bring up a guy, they got the energy's up, and then it starts dwindling, and they got to bring another guy up to boost the team back up again. So yeah, I guess we're probably going to see Harrison probably after the break, I'm guessing, huh?
Oh, probably, yeah.
Let's see what
I'll be back drinking too much water again.
Oh, gotcha.
I would really love to see a solid rotation that can go deep into games, and that way you don't need freaking 8 relievers. Because when you have 14 pitchers on your roster, Eric, it's like that means you got 11 people as bench players.
Yeah,
you got no flexibility to
right
hit or switch out late defensively for close games, you're limited because you don't have starters that go very deep. That's going to be the unraveling of the Giants if they don't tinker or fix some things.
The similar thing happened last year. Their starters weren't doing well, and then they exhausted the bullpen. And the only difference I think from this year to last year was that the relievers they have are more bulk inning guys, so they're maybe a little bit more durable. But still, you get to the point to where, especially in the hotter days of the summer, it's just ooh.
I don't watch a whole bunch of A's games, but somebody mentioned that their one starter that's
Blackburn
is Blackburn.
Yeah.
I mean, is he a lefty or righty?
That I don't know, honestly. Yeah, the people in the chat.
Anybody watch A's?
But here's the question: is the A's going to deal with the Giants? You know what I'm saying? That's another issue. So
you give them a decent prospect that's going to be with them in Vegas, they'll take it.
Yeah, maybe.
They can't hold grudges and just make a good baseball decision. Does anybody in the chat know if Blackburn is worth looking at? Is he decent? I don't know him too much.
Roop, I heard Roop left. Is there any update on Roop? I heard yesterday he was pitching and he left because of an injury. Is there any update on Roop's injury? Maybe I'll look up on the Richmond website. I don't know if he's a minor league. I don't know if they're going to have anything. I don't know how much they cover injuries that happen in the minor leagues, unless it's someone that's like top of the line type of
trading
guy.
Deadline is July 31st, right?
It's 31st, right? Yeah, August 1st, something like that. Yeah.
So we're a month away, and
yep.
I like that we brought that up last night about Chapman picking up Chapman by Texas and not waiting till last minute.
I know.
That's
what I wanted.
Yeah, that's being.
And like I said, they're not done. They're going to keep adding to that roster. They're going for it.
Well, there's some positive chats about Blackburn.
Let's see.
Ted Mosby, is he a power pitcher or is he a finesse pitcher? And is he a ground ball pitcher? Because ground ball pitchers at Oracle would do well.
Yep.
Even fly ball pitchers, because it's hard to hit it out there. But yeah, they have options. I'd really like to see what Keaton Wynn has, because
is that who I think it is? Yeah, Mason Black is on the mound for Richmond. Update on him is he got 2 innings pitched with 3 strikeouts, no hits, no walks. So that's good to see. Mason Black is one of the guys that they're looking at.
Yeah.
Hey, I just read that throughout the night.
I just read something here on Twitter from Jeff Young, our friend who was on the show.
Friend of the show?
Friend of the show said Anthony DeSclafani had posted a 5.85 ERA over his last 10 games before today. He has given up 3 home runs in this inning alone. Yeah. Yaz is rehabbing in sack tonight, huh? Okay. So that means he's going to be playing probably Monday. If he's already rehabbing, he's back in the lineup.
Yeah,
tomorrow.
He'll probably be back Monday, yeah.
They're getting him probably bat him lead off to get him.
Well, who's pitching for Seattle on Monday? If it's a lefty, they'll give him another day maybe, but we'll see. I mean, he does okay against lefties. He's doing better than he has been, but
they never hardly faced lefties. It seems there's not. I mean, let's see. Seattle is right-hander.
Okay, so yeah, we'll probably see him Monday. Then.
Okay. Well, is he eligible to come off the IL? When is he eligible? Let me look. Let me see when he was put on.
Hey, didn't the Giants have a guy that threw left and right-handed a few years back?
Yeah. What the hell was his name?
What a weird concept that is.
Yeah, isn't it?
He didn't last very long though, but switch hitting is a lot easier than switch pitching. My God.
Okay, Yaz went on the IL retro to June 22nd. If we count the number of days, that would be, let's see, June 22nd was day 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. He's actually eligible to come off tomorrow. So, yeah, he's probably coming back Monday. So that's interesting. You wonder if it's going to be – I would DH Yaz and tell him don't go crazy running, just if it's going to be a DP, it's going to be a DP.
Yeah.
If you're going to have to make it go from first to third, it's going to be, if you can't get there easily, just pull up to second. If you're going to have a week, get that thing to the place where he could come back close to 100% after the All-Star break. Even though he's great in the field, if he's not like that thing 100%, you should be able to MRI that thing and see if there's any strain or tear still in there.
Because he's had two.
Same
what
one,
is it?
yeah.
Inflammation. Yeah, it's the same one. So it ain't gonna ever be 100% the rest of the season. So.
It can be. They generally take 6 weeks though for a full healing of your, and you have soft tissue. If
right.
But if you're aggravating it, you're right. It may never be the same because it may not be 100% because you keep re-aggravating it. Like Slater, for example, he's still bothered, and if you notice when he gets on base, one of the key parts of Slater's game is stealing bases. He's like one of the best in baseball, and you can't get and that's been so they're still telling him to kind of
they're treating it gingerly. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like, dang,
John Miller a couple of days ago, he was talking about that when he was running up the first base line. He's like, yeah, he's still not he's still feeling the effects of his hamstring. So
I mean, to me, if your goal is the playoffs and you want to be clicking on all cylinders and you think you can why not sit Slater down for a full month and get that thing total rest with treatment so that it heals up and bring up a healthy player. I don't know. Ramos is going to be available in about 2 weeks. On the 18th of July, Ramos is available.
Trade bait.
Maybe. He may be trade bait.
And how about and think about this, Dan. What aggravates muscles more than anything is is dehydration. We're going to start getting into these hotter days. So if they're not staying hydrated and they're suffering a little bit of dehydration, there you go. And you got already a strained muscle, you're gonna have issues. So you got to be very careful in what you're doing. They better make sure that they're stick an IV them. Remember they would do that in Colorado. Remember that when they would get hot in Colorado? Not only you got the altitude, but you got the heat, and they would stick needles in guys' arms to get them hydrated.
Yeah,
we definitely got to hydrate out here. It's heating up in the desert.
Oh man, is it forever, man? Yeah. Let me see what. Hold on 1 second here.
Greg Dayton is really calling out Rothberg.
Rothberg was in here earlier and he disappeared. He talked about don't have. Oh, I know what happened. Dan, you gonged him, and I don't think he'll like that. I haven't seen him ever since the gong.
Oh, man. Hey Siri, what's the temperature outside right now?
Ooh, 106 here.
Hey, answer me, Siri. Wait, hold on. Hey Siri, what's the temperature outside right now?
It's about 110 degrees outside.
They ain't got you beaten. 106 in Galt.
Wow.
Let's see if you're right. Hey Siri, what's the temperature in Galt, California right now?
It's about 105 degrees in Galt, California.
Oh, okay.
How about that?
Yeah, we need to set up this cage match between Rothberg and Greg. That would be very entertaining.
Oh man, that would be like a NorCal special right there, man. I tell you.
Robert, I didn't mean to go. It was just, the Gong show. The Gong is just for fun.
It's fun.
But I think I did get a little heated because I was like ticked about DeScalfani. I mean, let me see if I can reinstate
Rothberg.
No, I don't. Not that. I'm gonna. reenact Anthony DeScalfani today. Let me pull this up here. And in the bottom of the third inning, here we go. DeScalfani on the mound facing Alvarez. Alvarez, short, stocky catcher. Doesn't really look like a ball player. Kind of reminds me of maybe a plumber.
That's an interesting point you just made up, Danny. I'd be really curious to hear what does a prototypical baseball player look like? Height, size, dimensions, everything. I'm very curious about this answer.
I don't know. It's kind of funny because you look at guys and you look at Vogelback. I mean, you guys just Daniel Vogelback looks like a stinking interior lineman,
like a softball guy.
Yeah, or softball. Yeah, softball guy.
Yeah, guy, right, Lionel?
Yeah, but a lot of those
another
guys
guy that played for Atlanta.
Blast, man. A lot of those big guys can hit. So anyway, Alvarez to the plate. DeScalfani winds. The pitch, that ball's hit to deep right center field. Arrivederci, palla. Home run off of Anthony DeScalfani, the Italian. And here comes Brandon Nimmo. Now there's a drive down to right field line. That thing's got a chance. Forget about that thing. It's gone. Arrivederci, palla. That's 2 in the inning off the Italian. Here comes Francisco Lindor, the next batter. There's another deep drive, and that one is Arrivederci, palla. Goodbye, ball. Goodbye, DeScalfani. Arrivederci, DeScalfani.
After 3 innings.
After 3 innings. Hey, I think what the Giants fans ought to, do, they put Johnny LeMaster. Johnny put Boo on the back of his jersey.
Yes, he did.
I think if DeScalfani had any sense of humor, he would change his name to Arrivederci in the back of his uniform when he walks out.
So here's another baseball question, and it's probably only brought up on NorCal Sports Network. No other YouTube channel is going to have this following question. You ready?
Let's go.
Yeah.
What is technically the strike zone? If you're an umpire, is the strike zone from a width point of view, it's the plate. But from an up and down point of view, I have always understood it to be at the knees
and the letters,
or the bottom of the elbows for the high part of the strike zone. Does anybody know the technical answer to that? The reason I say that is because if you're an umpire, like this kid from Cincinnati, this Dela Cruz guy, he's enormous. What is he, 6'6"?
Yeah,
6'7".
same thing with Judge is the same way, big guy.
So my question is if you're an umpire, you're a professional umpire, a strike zone for a guy that's 6'5", 6'6", height-wise, has to be bigger than a guy that's 5 foot.
Correct.
8.
It's got to adjust to the person.
Okay, because I watch a lot of games like everybody else in here does, and I see some high strikes on some tall guys, and I see it call the ball. It's almost like the umpire has, this is my zone. If it falls in that zone, it's a strike. If it falls outside of that zone, no matter what the height of the ball of the hitter is, they're not going to call it. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, right? Has anybody ever brought up strike zones with umpires in any other channel?
Well, here's the strike zone.
I mean, I'm just saying we go deep here on this channel. We go deeper than
true.
Than the game.
Here's the strike zone. The last time was 1996. The strike zone is expanded on the lower end, moving from the top of the knees to the bottom of the knees. Wait a minute. What does that mean? Top of the knees.
To the bottom of the knee.
Can't be that.
So instead of like at the bottom of your thigh, now it's at the top of your shin bone.
I always heard letters on the letters to the knees, but you could have a body type where you're.
But if you're standing upright, you
can have a real long torso. Yeah. How about the guy that Bill Veeck back in
Bill Veeck
owning the Chicago White Sox, and he brought in this little midget to bat. He signed a midget
Yep.
The
And he told him not to swing.
Eddie,
And-
what was
and
that
all-
guy's name?
Eddie Goodell.
Eddie Goodell, that's right.
He told Eddie that if he swung, he's got a sniper in the press box. That if he swings, he's gonna take him out. It was pretty funny.
Or
Yeah.
even from a comical point of view, if you remember the original, I believe it was the original Bad News Bears, they had a little Latino guy on their team, and he was so small that the pitcher couldn't throw strikes.
Couldn't throw a strike, yeah.
Yeah, and the opposing manager was like, I know he's short, but just aim low. And couldn't find it. So yeah, I would think that depending on your height, your strike zone adjusts and it changes.
But
here's
does
some
the
MLB. MLB says the definition: the official strike zone is the area over home plate from the midpoint between a batter's shoulders and the top of the uniform pants. What? When the batter
There's no way
in
there's strike
his
zone at the
stance and
shoulders.
prepared to swing at a pitch ball and a point just below the kneecap.
Did you just say the shoulders to the kneecap?
There's no way it's
the batter's shoulders are. That's too high. You can't.
Exactly.
That's impossible.
See, this is a very gray area.
Well, you know what they're doing.
Go with the box. Just go with the box.
Do you remember Brian Wilson's strike 3 to Ryan Howard against the Phillies in the NLCS?
Mm-hmm.
Brian Wilson, last pitch, struck out Ryan Howard.
Right.
It was a cutter. Do you remember that pitch, Danny?
Yes.
Vaguely?
Yep.
That pitch, for a second, I thought the ump was not going to call strike 3.
Right,
he hesitated, and I was like, oh my God. And then he goes, ugh.
Yeah.
And it was like, the strike zone is so subjective. And I really hope they don't go to.
You know what? I think they did that, made it so broad, is they're protecting the umpires. That's what they're doing. So they could give them leeway to make it seem like it doesn't have to be so.
And here's another thing that nobody mentions. Umpires are different sizes. You might have a Harry Wendelstedt who's 5'8", and then you might have another ump that's 6'4". So they get in the squat position and they got the mask on and they're looking here, and it's because
the big umpire. There's this one tall umpire. He's like 6'7". He cannot call the low ball.
Yeah,
he can't call a low strike because he can't get down there. To me, that's just ridiculous.
Yeah, exactly.
You got to be able to.
Mike Kruko mentions it a lot on broadcasts. He'll say, "Oh, this is a low ball lump today. This is a high ball lump today." Yeah. And if you're if you're a starting pitcher that day, you kind of got to know what.
Hey, Los, go check out John Boy. He's got some great commentary, not just on his lip reading, but he's got some other awesome videos. In last year's World Series, he took one specific game where the home plate umpire was damn near perfect. I think he missed like 3 calls out of the whole time. And it showed, he broke it down. This is how he got in the squat behind the catcher with a lefty. Left-handed batter. This is how he got behind the catcher when there was a right-handed. And he always had it perfect. I mean, it was fantastic. Go take a look at it. So it was, October or November of last year.
Is that a YouTube channel?
YouTube, yep.
John Boy.
Just John Boy, Jomboy. He's fantastic. So go check that out. He's a big Yankees fan, so they have a lot of Yankees coverage. But yeah, he breaks down that specific umpire. I can't remember who it was, but yeah, it was pretty impressive.
And then keeping in the strike zone commentary. So you have a slider that crosses the plate.
Oh yeah,
in the strike zone. It crosses the plate in the strike zone,
but you catch it off
in the catcher's mitt, a little bit off the plate.
Yeah, that's
ridiculous.
That should be
technically
to me? When I umpired, I called that a strike because it crossed the plate. The catcher.
Oh, so you're a good guy to ask this question to, Danny. You're an umpire, so I mean,
this is years ago when I did but to me, I always looked at the plate because catchers 2-3 feet behind the plate,
right?
So the plate is the reference point, right? As far as the width. So if it's coming across the strike zone, but then it leaves the strike zone. Yeah, I don't know, man.
I think this whatever they show when the box and they show a ball coming across, I think they're showing it as it crosses the plate on their computerized version. not where the guy catches it.
I don't know that you talk about computerized. I don't know how they determine that. If there's something like looks straight down, that's the only way you really could tell, right? If something's looking straight or straight up somehow.
I would watch Sergio Romo and that nasty slider of his, and I would see him throw that. Like when he threw it, it was to a right-handed hitter, and it would be inside, but it would sweep it would cross the plate in the strike zone. But where Posey or whoever was catching him caught it, he caught it outside.
Right.
And I saw many times where it was called the ball. It was caught a few inches off the plate, but it crossed the plate in the strike zone. And I would see Romo's reaction, like, I made a perfect pitch, but it was not called a strike. So that's why I bring it up. Like the interpretation of a strike zone has always been interesting to me.
80% chance of rain tomorrow in New York. I saw that. Oh my goodness, that would be awful for the Giants to have to hang out and then start the game late, and then
they should call it right away then, so they could get back.
Yeah, it would be great is if baseball just screwed the whole thing up and they kept it going, and then Giants couldn't get their flight, and it's just anyway. Carlos Rodon allowed 1 hit over 3 2/3 scoreless innings today through 58 pitches, 38 for strikes, walking 2, striking out 8 with a wild pitch. The Yankees are eyeing July 7th for Rodon's season debut.
There you go, right before the break. Or no, right after the break, right? Or is that right before?
Right before. Yep. So
that's going to be their quote-unquote deadline, is getting Rodon in that rotation. We already know what he could do. He could pitch.
That dude is giving Carlos a bad name this year. He's got to step it up, man, earn that contract. Damn, it never fails. Contract year, blow up. Next year.
Well, supposedly he's got some chronic back issue. That's what's delayed.
He's always been an injury.
Yeah, his shoulder. Pitcher. He always had issues with the shoulder.
The Giants got good value out of him for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they did.
Yeah, but how many years did the Yankees give him? 6?
6.
Yeah. 6, 160, right? Was it something like that?
Yeah.
Do you remember when the Dodgers gave Kevin Brown all that money?
Oh, they gave him all that money. Yeah.
They gave him at the time so much money.
What year was that? Was that in the
Kevin Brown?
What year was that? Early 2000, right around there?
I want to say early 2000s.
I got it in a book, my Kinney book. He talks about that contract.
And the Dodgers also gave ex-Giant Jason Schmidt a lot of money.
Yeah.
Yep.
Jason Schmidt was filthy with the Giants. He was the best pitcher on that World Series team in 2002. I was hoping Dusty Baker would go back to him to relieve 2 days later, but he went.
Speaking of which, did anyone?
He went to the Dodgers in 2007. That would have been with Ned.
Oh, Kevin Brown?
No,
Schmidt.
Jason Schmidt.
Kevin Brown.
He got a fat contract, and I think he was hurt 80% of that contract.
Kevin Brown. He went to the Dodgers in 1999. Yeah, that was Ned was still with the Giants. But he was 34 at the time. And he got that big contract, man.
I personally have a philosophy, not like I'm no GM or anything like that, but I would never give a pitcher past the age of 30 more than a 3-year deal.
Yep, I agree.
I just don't care how dominant you are. I don't you have a lot of, but it also depends how many miles they have on their arm. Maybe if they came up late, but guys that have a lot of miles on their arm, you're asking for like really a bad return on your investment for the most part. Hitters, a little bit different story. Although ask who got better value out of Albert Pujols, the Cardinals or the Angels?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like Father Time doesn't lose.
Now that may have been the issue with Farhan with Gausman. Gausman is now 32 and a half years old, and at the time he was over 30, and he got 5 years. So
there are some exceptions, no doubt, absolutely. Lionel Reyes, Nolan Ryan, yeah, and then there's that. No doubt.
Yeah,
There's
he
a
started last year was his first year. I think the Giants may have only wanted to go 3 or 4 years on that. And
I think so.
You know, I mean, in hindsight, he signed for 5 and 120 or 110. Would have been great to give him 4 years and 100.
Yeah. I mean, they signed Webb for 5 and 90, and he's 27, so that's not bad. Contracts are always a dicey thing, I tell you.
Well, let's see what else we got going here today. Not a ton. Anybody want to come into the chat? Raise your hand. We won't put it in the chat. Somebody.
Hey, real quick, here's an update. Real quick, Mason Black. He's at 3 1/3 innings pitched, no hits, no runs, 5 strikeouts, no walks.
That guy may be your next Matt Cain type guy. He's been
he's
very,
only at
very
42
solid.
pitches right now.
Anybody want to come into the chat? Just give us a thumbs up. Just put a thumbs up.
Is the link in the chat, Danny?
Not yet. We're going to wait. We're not going to throw it out there unless we got somebody that wants to come in.
Does anybody have cojones to come into the chat? Don't be afraid. We will not bite.
Oh, just real quick. If anyone does want to come in the chat, make sure your radio or TV is turned all the way down so we don't get any of that bleed over. We don't need to catch any kind of unnecessary strikes.
For sure. And then, Los, your mic has gone in and out a couple times. Not sure if it's your internet or do you have a mic or are you using just the okay.
No, he's got a mic.
Okay.
I think it just there's like it's weird. You'll talk and then it gives a couple of seconds and then it will talk. It only does that occasionally. It doesn't do it all the time.
Yeah, it's not all the time. Yeah.
Yeah, that 109 degrees may be hitting me down here in Queen Creek.
Hoo-ah! Let's see.
Anybody got any great 4th of July plans?
Oh, speaking of which, hey, we could get into this a little bit later. Today's July 1st. Anyone, let's see if anyone in a chat, is there anything significant to happen on July 1st? Let's see if anyone can get it.
You mean like on this day in baseball history?
It's not going to be baseball. We'll say U.S. history. How about that?
Oh, U.S. history.
Yeah.
Oh, we're going
Let's see if anyone can get it. And everyone's Googling
what was the question?
Today, July 1st, is a specific.
Bobby Bonilla Day.
Is that Bobby Bonilla Day? July 1st?
Oh, $1.25 million he gets paid.
But that's okay. That's baseball. This is going to be American history, though.
Oh, what's the question?
July 1st. That was the beginning of something that occurred.
Can you give the year to cheat?
Oh, if I give the year, it's going to give it away.
Signing of the Declaration of Independence.
No. Not that far back.
Oh,
you're getting close though.
The sign of
it began. How do you want to
Louisiana
say it? Giving it away. No,
the Louisiana Purchase was.
Come on, give us a. You got to give us a clue.
Let's
give us
see.
a clue.
There we go. Will's got it.
Gettysburg. Oh,
the first day fighting of Gettysburg happened today. I don't know
if
you
want to. I visited there twice.
Is that the bloodiest battle of all time?
Of all time, I think actually the bloodiest battle of all time was Antietam.
In U.S. history,
I think it's Antietam. If I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong, but I think the bloodiest.
I kind of miss U.S. history. I was.
But I could get into it a little bit later. I don't know if you want to talk about it now, but yeah, today was the first day of the fighting that occurred in Gettysburg.
That's right. Yikes.
Yeehaw! And there was one specific general that saved the Union's ass that day too. We'll see if anyone can get that.
Pickett.
Nope. And he was a Confederate.
Robert E. Lee.
No, he's a Confederate too.
Oh, you said the Union. Okay.
The one general that saved the Union's ass on July 1st.
Ulysses S. Grant.
No.
General Grant. Oh.
No, he was in the West. He almost had defeated Vicksburg about that time. No. Grant was in Vicksburg, Mississippi at that time.
And he saved the Union from what?
He saved the Union's ass on the first day of fighting at Gettysburg.
Billy the Kid.
No.
Eric, do you teach history?
No, I'm trying to. We'll see what happens. Yep.
Nice.
I got my master's back in April in history, specifically military history. So yeah, Logan
Maybe
is correct.
was it Hancock?
No, but Hancock was a good general during.
Yeah,
he was a good general. He came more in effect in the second and third day of fighting, but the first day. Let's see if Google can help.
Hey, this is a total. This is history.
Oh, I remember at when I was there. Ah, shoot! Does it start with an M?
No.
Dang it! What was that guy's name?
Danny's convinced. He's gonna get it. He's gonna get it.
I remember. Was it
An
Meade?
M?
Or was there a Meade? General Meade?
Meade was the commander of all Union forces during that time.
If we ever want to do a segment sometime on JFK's conspiracy, I'm down for that. I'd love to hear people's theories on that.
Hey, I'll tell you what. I like this RFK Jr. Even though I'm not, I'll just say I'm not persuaded by that particular side, but I like RFK Jr.
I like what he has to say.
Not Sherman. No, he was in the West as well with Grant.
I hope his voice doesn't hold him back, Danny.
I know. He's got some really good stuff.
Yeah.
No, I know.
Was it Wilt? Was it General Chamberlain?
No. Chamberlain was in July 2nd. He saved the Union's ass on July 2nd.
On the next day?
Next day.
Yeah.
Okay, July 1st.
Who is it?
As a matter of fact, it wasn't even the infantry. It was the Union cavalry led by General John Buford. He commanded the heights here.
Oh, Buford.
When he was up here, kind of, you see where Doubleday? That's Abner Doubleday, the guy who
I wish I had some pictures.
Baseball.
I've got pictures somewhere, or video of when I visited
over along
there.
These ridges over here. The Union cavalry deployed, and they they commenced a stopping action because the Union force or the Confederate forces are coming along that Chambersburg Pike, and they're coming in force with AP Hell's Corps. So Buford was able to deploy his men in a way that would be created a delaying action. They basically fought from there's little ridges, and they fought from ridge to ridge and kept falling back. Gave enough time for the First Corps, who was led by General Reynolds, who were able to come in with their infantry and to be able to stop that advance by the Confederate forces. Unfortunately, it was just enough time for the Union to get established over here on Cemetery Hill, or not Cemetery Hill, but the Cemetery Ridge. It commanded the heights. Yeah, the Confederates were able to actually get into the city, but if it wasn't for General Buford, those Confederate forces would have came over here, taken this not only the city, but they would have taken the heights of Cemetery Ridge, and it could have been a totally different. It could have been a totally different situation. After the first, that's when they had the famous fish hook that the Union forces commanded, and then you had the Union forces over here on Cemetery Ridge, and then you had the Confederate forces in Gettysburg, and then over here on the other side of Culp's Hill. But that continued on after the first, but it was John Buford and the cavalry who saved the Union's ass the day.
I could just hear Charbel right now saying, "Hey, Eric, who are your top 5 presidents of all time?"
Hey, this is where I part ways right here. For RFJ, I'm a total Second Amendment supporter. Man, the right to bear arms is what makes the U.S. completely different from a lot of other nations, man. Tyranny from a government is why we have the right to bear arms. So
that would definitely open up a floodgate because each side is very passionate about that.
Yeah, exactly.
I tell you what, there's just you're gonna start getting me going here, but the common denominator is we need leadership. Don't get me wrong, politics is part of leadership. I get it. But it's become way too political and not enough just leadership. You're not going to always have 100% consensus of everybody in what a leader wants to do. But if he is dead set, he or she are dead set and wanting to achieve what's going to be best for the country, and it's showing strong leadership and not just partisan. That's what I want to see. I just want to see leadership. That's what I want. None of this other bullshit, because all the other stuff is just you're diverting everything else but what needs to be focused on, and I hate that shit. But
I got an idea on how to like limit school shootings, and
armed guards.
It doesn't mean taking away the Second Amendment.
No,
the U.S. military is the most powerful military in the world. They have drones by the thousands.
Yep.
Have a drone hovering over every school, and a military guy monitoring it. If anybody approaches that school that shouldn't be there and they're armed, take them out. I am so sick of kids getting hurt. If there's anything that you want to get me going and riled up on, is that. And I do believe in bearing arms, absolutely. Like Daniel.
Well, the problem is there's not enough. I don't know if there's enough drones
and the whole thing about cops are going to make a difference. Look at that Texas video. Just because you have a badge doesn't mean
you're going to do what's supposed to be done.
When the time comes and you're going to put your life on the line, not everybody's going to do it.
It's same thing. It's not just Texas. The Parkland, the Parkland shooting in Florida. That damn deputy who just got off. I mean, the charges were kind of dumb. But the guy he could have gone in there and stopped the guy, but he hid behind a damn car the whole time, and instead of going and taking out the guy.
And he got off.
But you know what? There's plenty of disabled veterans or even just veterans in general who may not have a job, but you know what they know how to do? They know how to operate a weapon. Of course, you don't want people who may have some, mental issues. You don't want to put them under arms. But that's all you need at the school. One or two guys who know how to react in that type of situation that can possibly stop the threat. But here's the problem that's with when you get into talking about taking away people's guns, you got to be careful. In the law-abiding people will follow whatever law, right? They're going to, if that's what the law says, that's what I'm going to do. They're law-abiding. But what happens is you start taking it out of law-abiding people's hands, and then you got the criminals who don't give a shit about the laws,
right?
Who are going to commit those type of crimes. And there's got to be, again, there's got to be a balance. It can't be my side the whole time and my side the whole time. Let's come together, come to an agreement that's going to be best served for the people rather than speaking to a certain ideology. Take the ideology out of it to a certain extent and look what is going to be best. That's going to protect the people of the nation. That's what we need.
It's a hot topic.
It is, absolutely.
As is politics in general. Me and Danny are a little bit older, and I can tell you, and I'm sure Danny will back this up, people used to disagree back in the day, and that was it. But families, friends, Thanksgiving is not the same because people are too far left or too far right.
Exactly.
They cannot get on the same page. They get a little liquor in them, and that's that. And that's what I hate. It's broken up a lot of friendships and a lot of families.
And I'm going to tell you something. There's
that
another
shit
thing.
Is not cool at all.
And what makes it even worse is the mental state of the nation is a little bit fragile. And I think it happened because of the COVID. With the lockdowns, the human being is meant to interact with other people.
Right.
And when you force people to stay in their homes and not being able to interact with their loved ones or even just interaction, any interaction at all, when you start imposing those type of restrictions where you're basically what is the word I'm looking for? You're subduing a natural effect that's happening with humans, which is being able to gather and have that social interaction with people. It's gonna create issues. And if you notice, a lot of this stuff is happening post COVID, where you're seeing these extreme, almost everyday type of shooting occurrences. So
you got people, like you said, you took away their natural ability to connect, and you had government intervention. And in my view, the 2 weeks, it was fine if that was to slow the curve and figure out what was going on. But I think, and if you look, a lot of states that overstepped their bounds and kept people locked up, it was more about control than it was about, actually preventing. I mean, just the stupidity and the lack of common sense. You walk into a restaurant and you got to wear a mask as you walk through the restaurant, and they won't let you in if you don't have the mask, but you turn around 10 feet from the area and there's seats and you can take off your mask.
Yeah.
Now that's stupid.
But I'll tell you, there's another thing.
Stupid.
And Hiroku,
you're either contagious with it or not. I mean, if it's that contagious, you shouldn't be allowed to walk in, and period.
Hiroku, I'll tell you one thing. Yeah, I'm not going to make an excuse for that, because another thing that needs to happen in this nation, and it keeps being dwindled by the day, personal responsibility. People don't want to take personal responsibility for their actions. They want to blame something, this or that, for their condition, instead of just going, you know what? I'm in a condition right now. It may not be good, but what can I do to get out of it? I mean, for goodness sake, do we have issues? Do we have issues in this nation? We do. Every nation has issues, right? But you know what? This is one nation where you can rise above that. I've heard so many stories of people who have been down on their luck, whatever it may be, whatever their circumstances, and being able to succeed. It can happen, but you can't sit there and constantly blame other conditions for what you're in. Sometimes it's self-inflicted. Sometimes it may not be, but you know what? Just have some responsibility, realize, you know what? I could do better, and go out there and do it.
Hey, I spoke to a guy that I have a lot of respect for that has a good pulse. I'm not going to say what he does for a living, but let's just say he has a good pulse on what's going on with the government and everything about it. And he told me something shocking. He said he doesn't anticipate anytime soon a Republican being voted into the presidency again, because the Democrats have a big power on the media. Mm-hmm. And they put the media out and put stories out that will go better to their timelines and their stories and things like that. I thought it was an interesting perspective about it. Very interesting. But
I mean,
I'd like to see an independent win, to be honest, because I mean, the people that are wrong are the ones that are all the way right and all the way left, somewhere in the middle. Let's be real here. When I was making 25, 30 G's a year and not making a lot of money, I was more blue. When I started becoming self-employed and making six figures, I went a little red. People are going to vote on how it affects their pocketbook.
And honestly, I hear that a lot too. It's kind of like
real talk, though. I mean, the other issues are important for sure, but
the axiom is, when you're young, you're liberal. When you become older, you get more conservative. That's kind of
all right. Let's get back to some baseball here.
Let's do that.
Watching the numbers drop here.
No doubt. We went from wrestling to politics.
Yeah, I didn't want to go that far, but I try to stay out of the politics and just get more into the foundational stuff, and not, left, right, Democrat, Republican, whatever it may be. Just
but somebody mentioned that we've been talking for the last few weeks about why players don't want to come to San Francisco, and somebody mentioned something that I don't know if I agree with it or not. What do you guys think? That most pro athletes, maybe it has to do with their salaries, are more on the conservative side, and that's why they don't want to go to a
not in the NBA though.
Yeah. That's why they don't want to go to a very powerful liberal San Francisco area. Just saying.
Yeah, I don't know. It's pretty
maybe baseball and football, Danny, but basketball. Yeah.
You're right. I'll tell you what.
It was Will Martinez said he talked about that.
There's a lot of issues that when it comes to crime and when it comes to minority crime, I'll just say this: many problems can be resolved if men would step up and be there for their families and stop shucking your responsibilities as a man. Take care of your family, stand up, provide, be there emotionally, physically, spiritually, be in charge, and run your home with not an iron fist, but be there and run it with compassion but also have some strength. Come on. It's just like so many men. What the problem is with all the shootings and crime, if I can almost guarantee you that the majority of these people have messed up home lives, families, or whatever's going on, and it's tough enough. But this stuff didn't happen. There's been guns around since the beginning of this country. We didn't have these crazy things going on in the 50s and 60s and all that stuff. It's just a lot of garbage because people have shucked the responsibility, and the government has gotten too out of hand by stepping in. And I heard a thing recently. In fact, I heard it this morning. I was watching something on YouTube. One of the reasons that people say, like there's discrimination with crime against blacks versus whites, the black family has been deteriorated because they're single parent homes. And had they, generally speaking, the black family was very solid and strong, and a lot of them come from, strong religious homes, but the government has subsidized single women to stay, they've given them so much money to leave their man and stay home and collect off the government. They don't need them. And now you got single parent, and that's why there's so much problems. But you look historically, minority families have come from very solid, strong, close-knit
foundations.
Yeah. And the government has tried to pull that away and have
anytime the government gets involved with stuff, you got to be careful. You really do.
Yes. The government is just
okay. Real quick update on Mason Black. After 5 innings pitched, he's got 62 pitches in, no hits, no walks, 8 strikeouts.
Ooh.
We can watch.
I have something
game.
special. Might have something special going down in Richmond.
He had like 17 consecutive innings with no runs scored. Maybe he's up to 22. I wonder if that's been.
You might want to put that up on your MILB feed there, Dan.
I'm going to pull it up right now. AA.
I wonder how long they'll let him go. He's only at 62 pitches after 5. That's really efficient, even with all those strikeouts.
I was going to say, for all those strikeouts, you'd think he'd be at a higher pitch count.
Yeah, exactly. Man.
Is he awesome. Is he a power pitcher, Eric?
I'm not sure, to be honest with you, if he's a power pitcher or not.
Okay. I'm hearing more and more about that kid. It might be him over Wisenhunt and
Vaughn Brown's.
Somebody's going for 2. Somebody's going for 3. Oh no, who's that?
That's Cantrell, Hayden Cantrell. I'm watching it on game day.
Oh, okay.
I don't see I'm just reading what it says they're doing. Meckler's 2 for 3. Brown is 2 for 3. And Glowinky is 2 for 2.
Glowinky. That just sounds like some
Wyatt's 0 for 3 with with no strikeouts.
Jimmy Glowinky night. They're going to hand out these little like flashlights with like a little face on the end of it or something. Doesn't it sound like a little toy? Hi, I'm Jimmy Glowinky. That's a name that just doesn't sound like a Jimmy.
Oh, there we go. Tyler Wise guy. Like that. Mason Black throws 94-96 with a nice slider. Wow.
Thank you, Tyler.
Appreciate that.
Is he pitching a perfect game?
Yes. Don't say it.
Why?
You just jinxed it.
No, I didn't. You said he was no hits.
I said he's got no hits, no walks, 8 strikeouts. He's doing something special.
Okay.
I swear, man, the superstitions of
killing me.
I don't care about that. He doesn't know it.
Me up.
Okay, I tell you what, he better not give up a hit.
It's not my fault. Come on. I love the fact that they were talking to him in the dugout the other night, and he was loose. He was stretching against the A's. So What's this? What a joke. What does that mean? Dan, what a joke. Is he talking about?
I think he's because you said the
pitching a
the
perfect
infamous
game?
you said the infamous words.
Oh,
killing me. Look at this, Jinx. Killing
there's
me.
No, stop that jinx crap. I don't buy into
baseball.
it.
It's all part of baseball.
Nah.
Remember Lamont Wade.
Like I'm the only guy in America that might have said that.
I know.
Like
it's
all on me.
We put it out. We're on YouTube. We're going worldwide. You know how much?
Like nobody in watching the game in Reading, Pennsylvania right now is thinking, guy's pitching a perfect game.
Wait, yeah,
there's no sport with more superstitions than baseball.
Oh, no doubt.
By far. Yeah. You can't sit next to a guy and remember
the
dugout. You got to leave him alone.
Gotta leave him alone.
That's what I liked about the Yankees the other night. I saw guys, he's sitting there and they're talking to him in the 8th inning.
You can't touch him. You can't talk
Roku,
to him.
You're the only old guy to say that.
About superstitions?
Yeah. Oh my gosh, J-Tan. Mason Black drafted by the Giants with the 85th pick in the 2021 draft. 85th pick.
That's like a second or third round.
Wow.
Let's see.
Would you drink Joe Boo's rum? Remember that scene in Major League? The old pitcher? Up yours, Joe Boo. Took a shot of it, and then he gets hit with a flying bat.
Hey, if this guy keeps it up, he could make it up to the big league club.
He might. I know we're senior, man. Usually he's up on this stuff. I think he might be somewhere else, maybe. He usually talks about this. Yeah, wasn't it was 21 to 1 the draft that the Giants drafted all pitchers?
Could be.
Might be.
Because I remember you talking about that. I think it was 21 draft. I did that.
Let's see. Oh, Dante DiVincenzo. Breaking news 38 seconds ago. And the Knicks have agreed on a 4-year, $50 million contract.
Good for him. Good player.
So anything else? Did the Warriors do anything else other than Green?
Not yet. Whoa, look at that. Now the Knicks have Jalen Brunson, DiVincenzo, and Josh Hart, all three guys from Villanova. Wow.
So let me respond to something real quick on here. So Bay Area Music Lens says, talking about Larry, and he wants subs, so he's focusing on the Niners. So, I mean, let me just ask everybody in the chat, like, we know the landscape of the Bay Area. I think we're the most unique channel when it comes to talking baseball, and there's a big fan support of it. But is football really that much bigger than baseball? I mean,
in America,
we're in the off season of the Niners, and don't you get tired of just
crazy.
talking about the same topic all the time? I mean, at least
Larry's bringing in the views. He's bringing in the views. Obviously, people are liking it.
Yeah, well, Larry has a reputation. He's been in the radio for decades. So,
yeah, but they're tuning in to football stuff. I mean, that's not my forte, so I really can't speak to that. But I see what Larry's on. I was like, holy crap! You'll have almost 300.
I think baseball's more of a. Personally, I think it's a little bit more of a.
Me too.
Headier sport. More. It's a slower. Obviously, it's a slower game, less action. It requires,
trust me, we could talk football. Trust me.
it requires a lot of patience, thinking. Football is action, and I love football. I can do football with anybody, but I'm not talking football from March through July,
Mm.
every day in my life, because now I got the NBA, March through June. And I got baseball, April through October. I can do all of them, but I'm not exclusively doing, I'm not going to exclusively go to football here on July 1st. When
you think a lot of it has to do with guys in here that they played baseball? Does that give you a special? Because me and you played, Danny. Eric, did you play?
Play what? I'm sorry.
Baseball.
A little bit. Just the only thing I played is just some t-ball, and I got in a little bit of little league, and that was it.
Okay. Yeah, I think when you actually play the sport, depending on how high of a level you played, I think it gives you a different perspective and love for the game.
My dad, he instilled the love of baseball. He was a softball umpire in my hometown. He did that for years. So he was always a big baseball guy. So that's what got me into baseball.
Somebody's, not to get crazy, but do you think what's going on in France? Somebody says,
that's crazy.
That. Somebody just said it's coming here. Do you think that could happen in the U.S.?
What's
going on?
Riots?
Yeah, just all over the whole country. And
it did in 2020.
Yeah, in 20, and the reason it probably could happen again because they did nothing to stop it.
Yeah, and I think it started because didn't a police officer shoot somebody, and then that was
it was a chokehold of the guy in Minnesota, the guy that
no in France.
Oh, France, yeah,
yeah. Real quick, Mark. Baseball is my number one. I don't have anything against the content creators, but football is just I just don't have the knowledge and the love of it as much as I do with baseball is the one and only sport I really love. I got into hockey for a little while, but that's been years ago.
When we get into actual 49er camp and the season, for sure, we'll be breaking down things, and we have some strong opinions about that. Warriors basketball.
I go for the bigger, broader stuff. I talk about more like the leadership things and, the X's and O's. I'll leave that to you guys.
now get Eric going on some U.S. history and he'll get going. As we saw a little snippet today. But yeah, football, basketball is definitely not off the table for sure. But just we're three passionate guys about baseball.
Another guy just
here we go.
Sent down.
Here we go. Another
out.
one. That's the second strikeout of the inning.
Okay, I just turned it back.
They pulled him.
Is that not him?
Let me
pitching?
see.
That didn't.
Let me see. Hold on. Let me look. Let me look.
Who is number 7?
They pulled him. Come on. They pulled him after 5 innings, man.
How many pitches?
He only had 62.
Wow.
Come on.
They are babying people, I swear.
Maybe the Giants said, pull him. We
need him for the next start.
we want him up here for next week.
God.
I also think that as far as the city of San Francisco goes, there's a special connection to the Niners because they were the first team to bring a championship to that city.
Yeah,
having been born in that city was known for nothing sports. Let me tell you, they were the laughing stock of the country.
So would you consider Golden State's first NBA title Oakland's?
Yeah. Well, they're Bay Area, but
I mean they had just left San Francisco a few years earlier, and
Yep.
They were the San Francisco Warriors.
That is true. They were the San Francisco Warriors. They played at the Cow Palace.
Yeah,
but they won their first title in '75, right?
Yeah, in Oakland. Yeah,
in Oakland.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the Bay Area, and then of course the A's had their run in the early '70s. But the city of San Francisco was not known for its sports teams whatsoever until Mr. Bill Walsh came to the area and took the league by storm.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, weren't the San Francisco Seals pretty damn popular?
Yeah, with Joe DiMaggio.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, DiMaggio for sure.
And that was one of the reasons why there was so much animosity to when the Giants came to San Francisco, because their first love was Joe DiMaggio.
Liam's crazy channel wants to join the show, Danny.
Oh,
hey,
cool.
hey. It's hey. What's that song?
I'll put the link in there, Dan.
What you remember that song? Can you guys remember that song? Come on.
Oh,
Where have you
hey.
gone, Joe?
Oh,
Joe
no. I was thinking,
DiMaggio.
How
did it go?
Turns its lonely eyes
Joe
to you.
DiMaggio, we want him on our team. But that was
I
for
was
the
thinking
game.
of We're Talking Babe.
Do you guys remember that song? What was the title of that song?
Don't know.
Come on, somebody's got to put it up. T-shirt.
I don't know the name of that song.
T-shirt.
There it is. Spencer Stewart nails it. Mrs. Robinson.
I was partial always to Willie.
Send me your size.
Mickey and the Duke. Say hey.
Oh,
Say
yeah.
hey. Say hey. We're talking Willie.
Hey, we got someone in the green room.
All right,
who's
before we
pretty
bring
dark.
him in, Liam, we're going to bring you in. Make sure you don't have any background music that could play or any anything that will get us demonetized. No background music, no, anything from that. And with that, we bring in, it looks like it might be a little bit. Oh, we can't even see.
Huh?
We got need a little extra light or something in there.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm from the UK. So it's,
Oh, from the UK. All right.
Oh, okay. That
All
makes
the way
sense.
from the UK.
Everyone's
Yeah.
probably asleep, I'm guessing, right?
yeah, it's 1:30 in the morning. So
Oh, I
wow.
got you.
He has to talk low not to wake up the rest of the
So
family.
we got another Hutch.
Yeah, I was gonna say
The
another
from
Hutch
UK.
game.
We could call him
service.
Hutch from UK.
Nice.
There we
How you doing? This is
Liam.
Hold on, Liam. Yeah, let me get the other comment off the board here.
Man, I'm telling. See, Dan, I wasn't lying. We are worldwide. We got a guy that's up in the wee hours of the morning wanting to listen to NorCal Sports Network.
And
That's
Flydall's in the house.
Yep, I see him.
Hey, wait a minute. Where's this comment? There we go. Let me get that.
Liam
off.
is my brother.
Oh, got that. Oh, you took it off. Okay.
What brings you in, Liam?
pardon?
What brings you in? What's on your mind?
Well, I just wanted to say it's quite exciting right now for the Giants.
Yes.
I'm really enjoying the young prospects.
Yes. Are you able to watch the games over there in England?
Yeah, I've got MLB TV.
Oh, fantastic.
Oh, awesome.
He ain't going to get no blackouts. He could probably watch every game and worry about anything until they come to the UK and play.
Yeah, so normally it's on quite late. So thought because today was a day game, can actually come in and talk. So
Is baseball not a very popular sport in Great Britain?
yeah, you won't see anyone playing it.
Yeah.
Football is pretty big.
It's soccer.
Yeah.
It's football.
Yeah, and cricket.
Oh,
So
yeah.
It's 1:15 right now in the morning there.
Yeah.
Whew.
Yeah.
Wow.
Hey, we've gone to 1:15 in the morning a few times. That's no big deal.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see you're a soccer fan. I see your light behind you. You got the soccer ball over the light fixture.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Which
No,
team? What team you pull for in the UK? Soccer.
Oh, you wouldn't have heard of them. They're called Brentford. They're quite a small team.
Oh, it's not nothing like what is it? What are the big teams? Man
City, Man United, yeah.
Manchester
United, and the other one is there's two teams in it.
City.
Yeah.
Hey, Liam, did you say you live just on the outside of London, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember you talking about when we visited over there. God, what was that? I think it was 2009. We stayed at I'm guessing you know where Mildenhall Air Force Base is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we stayed there, and then we took the train in from Cambridge into London and just took the tube everywhere. But we also visited Duxford. That's a fantastic place, that museum up there.
People think Giants Dodgers is a big rivalry. Not compared to like some of these soccer rivalries. We're talking
crazy.
Countries, not cities. Liam, who is, I would guess, correct me if I'm wrong, England's biggest rival, would it be France?
Well, it would be Scotland.
Oh, that's surprising. It'd be Scotland. Okay.
Yeah, but we don't like the French either. So.
Oh, you know what's fantastic? This you bring something up here, Los. when I was stationed at the NATO Air Base, we have a bunch of civilians that come from a whole bunch of different European nations. Same thing with their military as well. And during the World Cup in 2008, oh my God, it was like the World War was starting all over again. They hate when it comes to soccer or football, they hate. I mean, the Dutch hate the Germans. The English hate the Germans. I think everybody hate the Germans. That's kind of how it was. It was crazy.
You can't in many games you can't have fans sit together. There's certain sections for one country and then certain sections for another country. If you put them together, it's not good. It's not good. Brazil and Argentina. There's a lot of big rivalries.
Hey, Liam, to get back into the Giants, who's your favorite young Giants player that you're liking right now?
Probably be Luis Matos, even though he's not showing it. I was watching him almost every day, and he just teared it up in Sacramento.
Yes,
and
he's one of my favorites as well. The guy with the glove. I mean, he's fantastic. He still needs to get
today was good.
Oh yeah, that was fantastic. His bat needs to still come around. I'm not going to be too worried about that. It's just like I say, get more repetitions, and I think he'll come around.
It was quite interesting. His first few games, he was hitting a lot of ground balls. In the last few, he's flown out quite a lot. So he's somewhere in the middle.
Yeah, he's adjusting his swing for sure, and I think he probably needs to get a little bit more power. Maybe hit the weights a little bit just to get a little bit more strength, because he has the bat speed, no doubt about it.
But I think his plate discipline though. Looks good.
Yes, and I think he struck out. I think the whole time. I think he's been up in the big leagues. I think he's only struck out 2 times. I think, and that's it.
I like that.
Yeah, like exactly.
That. I was watching the
I think it's been about 3 or 4.
His at bat, and he hit a home run, and that was a great moment.
Let's see what we got here. What do you think's the biggest struggles for the Giants going forward?
It's got to be starting pitching. I mean, DeSclafani. I thought he was terrible even at the start of the season. I thought he was playing some crap teams and getting a bit lucky, but Wood is not even a starter really. I mean, when does he ever give you 6?
Exactly. Man, this guy, he knows it. I like this.
Liam knows his baseball. Damn, but for a...
I was thinking, would you trade Luciano and Wisenhunt to the White Sox for Luis Robert and Lucas Giolito?
Both of them?
Yeah.
I might do that for both of them, yeah.
I tell you what,
I'm not sure if I would do... I would maybe do that deal instead of Giolito if I got Cease, because I have some control.
Yep.
Not sure if I would do 2 Luciano. That was Luciano and Wisenhunt.
Wisenhunt.
I need a little more control than a half a season of Giolito.
I do like you're getting Luis Robert back though.
Yeah, I do love Luis. Luis Robert's a guy I've been very interested in.
Yeah. I tell you what. I'm gonna read something that was on. I don't know if anyone's seen this. I mentioned it yesterday. Fangraphs had a great article talking about the different the prospects specifically for the Giants and how they got them ranked. And I printed out these articles was written by Eric Longhagen and Tess Teraskuin, and this was written back in yesterday, a matter of fact. But this is their write-up on Carson Wisenhunt. Just bear with me. It's a little bit of reading here. This is what they say about Wisenhunt's changeup is the only logical place to start his write-up. It's long been his signature bat misser, with several small samples hinting at its quality, including garnering whiff rates above 70% during his time with Team USA in his short low-A stint last season. His changeup sits in the mid-80s with late tumble that makes it seem to disappear at the last second, like a bad egg at the Willy Wonka's chocolate factory. It has always featured prominently into his mix, this year accounting for his combined 37% of his offerings across 3 levels of the organization per synergy. This year's fast riser Wisenhunt started the season at San Jose, where his cambio continued to confound low-A hitters before he was sent up the coast to Eugene. where he fanned 36 opponents in 25 and 1/3 innings. That earned him his second promotion of the still young season and spent June with the Double-A Richmond squad. Additionally, it says, while his changeup is what got Whisenhunt on his fast track, improvements to the rest of his arsenal are what will keep him on it, specifically sustainably honed command and better results on the fastball that has thus just far generated chase, whiff, and strike rates all around the league average. His heater is averaging 95 or 94 miles per hour this season, which is a tick in the right direction. Further increased velocity should certainly have a positive impact on the pitch's playability. Whisenhunt also throws it from a high arm slot in the downhill angle, which might be lessening his deceptive impact. While it still accounts for the highest percentage of his pitches, the fastball is best described as a setup pitch for his changeup. If that remains true, his arsenal will be well served by increased usage of his curveball and introduction of a tighter north-south secondary to further keep hitters off balance. His changeup is good enough to get him to the back end of a good team starting rotation, but if he finds a third pitch, he's a slam dunk mid-rotation guy. So it sounds like the only two pitches he really has right now going for him is his fastball and his changeup being his wipeout pitch. But they're saying he needs to develop a third pitch if he wants to be a mid-rotation. Again, this is coming from Fangraphs guys who they look at a whole bunch of different stuff.
If you're a starter, I would think you have to have at least 3 pitches.
Right.
And if your changeup is your wipeout pitch, the better your fastball is, the better that changeup's going to look. So,
you guys want to see Matos's catch from today?
Oh, yeah. Do it.
Yeah, here we go. This was Matos. Deep drive off of Tommy Pham.
Boom.
Look at that.
Don't hurt that shoulder. He rolled right up on that thing.
Yeah.
Dude can go get it.
He can.
Watch the replay here. They'll show it again. Look, he got a beat on it. Almost overran it too. Caught it in the palm. So yeah.
That's
hey
great.
boys, I gotta check out. I'm heading out for a dinner. And Liam, thanks for coming in.
Los, thanks for coming by.
All right, Los.
As always.
All right, guys. Enjoy.
See you. But yeah, it did read like a dissertation. I mean, these scouting guys with Fangraphs, they really get in depth into what the player can and can't do. So we'll have to see. They got him ranked. They got Whisenhunt ranked number 6 in the organization.
The way Matos drives around the field as well.
Yes.
It's just he doesn't get the best jump, but
he's effortless when he gets to the ball.
Oh, yeah. He just seems like a ball player.
He does, absolutely.
Exactly.
Same thing when he's at the plate. He doesn't have the yips. He's confident in what he can do. I like that.
Yes. Yeah. I think I figured out how to download that, Eric. I think what the mistake I was making is I wasn't downloading it again after I converted it. I was just trying to move it over, and this time I downloaded. Oh,
you got it?
I just put it up. The one I just played, Matos.
That's right, you did. Duh, what am I doing? I thought you.
Yeah,
losing it.
Yeah. So, in fact, we need to.
So we could do that just long as it's no sound.
Yeah, I think so. I need to delete some of those other ones off of there. So anyway.
Yeah, you might just want to delete the ones that we've already did.
Yeah, exactly.
There's no point of having them up there.
I need to when we get off the air, we'll do that. But so Liam, what time, like when it's a game that starts at, like the East Coast games, when they start, like, right now when it's 5:30 over here, are you staying up to watch games, that are going till 3 a.m. for you?
Yeah, I'll stay up to watch most of them. When they're on the West Coast, it's normally 3 a.m. here. So
yeah, when they start on the West Coast, it's like 3 a.m, right? Like
if it's the weekend, I watch it, but
Yeah, it's an
Okay.
8-hour difference, I think. I know Germany, I think, is 8
Yeah,
hours.
8
Now,
hours
what made you a
difference, yeah.
Giants fan originally?
Well, like the Warriors, like the 49ers, and then it's all the San Francisco teams. So
Now, was there anything you that made you a Bay Area sports fan? Was it them coming over? Was it seeing them play, or was it certain players? Or
well, my father always watched Montana for the 49ers,
okay,
so that's where it started.
okay,
His 49ers was the first team I watched. I've only watched baseball for 3 years. First year was 2021, so it's not a bad year to.
Well, you
watch the
picked up
first year.
the sport pretty quickly to notice the talent of a guy like Matos.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm absolutely obsessed with baseball. Just
That's
absolutely
awesome.
love it to bits. It's by far my favorite. I'm watching all the AA, AAA.
Oh, there
Wow.
you go. Yeah, that's
Look at
awesome.
this. Man, he could be our UK correspondent for NorCal Sports Network.
There we go.
Wow,
Yes.
that is awesome.
Yeah, there's a kid called Rainer Arias who I think they picked up in the international free agency.
Yep.
And
They
he's
got
absolutely tearing it up in rookie ball.
Dan, you got to get down to Papago because they talked about him in here.
Who was that?
This Rainer Arias. He's 17 years old. They just picked him
17.
up. They're saying he's in the vein of Luciano and Alexander Canario.
Yeah, he's batting over 400.
Yep.
Wow.
Before home
They
runs.
say his swings are incredibly hard for a player his age. He's already has the ability to put balls out to right center field, do big damage with conservative footwork.
Wow.
Scouts see Arias in a traditional right field mold with a power over hit skill set on offense and a chance to grow to a more raw thump and plus arm.
What in the world? DeSclafani admitted to being fatigued from what? Like
fatigued?
Travel? Like Spencer Stewart says, fatigued from getting shelled.
Fatigued? He threw 3 damn innings. You know what I say about that?
I mean, they got there at like 3 a.m. and Cov wasn't fatigued yesterday.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Giants should have sent him to New York before they left Toronto.
Maybe they did. We don't know.
I don't know.
That's ridiculous, being fatigued.
He's only halfway through the season. That tells you if he's already fatigued, get him out of the rotation.
Fatigued. If he's fatigued, how did he strike out the side after giving up the 3 bombs?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Whatever.
Yeah. But those pitches that I gave up the home runs, they're just,
meatballs.
There's not much movement down the middle.
Yeah, I'm checking out this Mason Black.
Dan, check out what Logan said. I trust Dan and Eric to pitch over some of our pitchers. Oh, man.
Trying to figure out if Mason Black still has a where his innings streak is of no runs. I don't know if it's still going or let's see. Innings pitched.
And you know what? If it's arm fatigue, you get what do they call that? Dead arm. You get that later in the season, though. Not in June, especially when you've spent time on the injured list. I mean, goodness gracious. And yes, Bay Area, I agree. Kapler should have known that. If he knows the starting pitcher isn't going to be doing well, whatever.
Has DeSclafani always been a starting pitcher, or was he at the bullpen before?
Yeah.
Let's see.
Yeah, that was another. I forgot about that. That was his excuse in San Diego, wasn't it? He dropped the piano on his foot.
Oh,
when he gave up. Yeah, remember he had that
why
bad
are you
out
even
in New
moving
Mexico?
a piano if you play? Why are you even moving it?
Who knows?
Well, yeah, this Mason Black, he looks like he's got some size to him too, like he's built well. Not Not a small framed guy. Not huge, but he's not. Yeah. Wow. He's got some.
Hey, Will, I agree to an extent. All but guarantees the Giants will trade for a starter at the deadline. No way they go into the second half with this rotation. Here's the problem. They'll be in on some of these, but are they going to actually get the deal done to get said pitcher to make this rotation better? That's we're going to have
We'll
this.
leave it till
Dan,
too late.
Right. This is the concern that we have with the Farhan. If he strikes out on this trade deadline, Dan, I don't know.
Yeah.
Especially when that's all you really. Wow, that's not all you really, because you got injuries all over the place. But the starting pitching the starting rotation is the most vulnerable, I guess you would say.
Yeah, I mean, well, yeah. They're everybody needs starting pitching.
Let me see. I'm gonna check the weather for Queens tomorrow. That MF says check it out.
Okay. Yeah, I'm getting a little worn down. So we've been going for 2 hours. So yeah, I think that's enough for the day. We'll come back tomorrow afternoon. After Giants. Well, no, they're playing tomorrow night.
They may not though. I was just looking at the weather. It's looking pretty bad. It's going to be chances of rain all day. So
really,
yeah.
Well, that would be a break. Well, in some ways, it'd be a break because the Giants would probably have to go back there and do they play the? No, they already played the Yankees there. Let me see what their schedule looks like. If they don't get that game in, and the Giants have to make it up, the only good thing would be is if they called it early in the day and they could leave.
Yeah.
But they. Let me see their schedule. Oh, you know what? They would probably make them play that game. Let me see, August 24th. Let me see if the Mets have a game that day. August 24th. The Giants have a off day after being on the road in Philadelphia. So if the Mets, August 24th, which would stink because it would extend their road trip. Let me just take a look here and see what the Mets are doing on August 24th. And the Mets, Mets are off too. Yep, that's what would happen. August 23rd, where are the Mets? The day before. Mets are in Atlanta. That's what would happen. August.
There it is, Dan. The weather. And that's Sunday all throughout the day.
It's like UK weather, that.
Yeah, no kidding.
What's it saying? Sunday at 6 a.m. What's the hourly?
You got 3 a.m., 6 a.m., 9 a.m., 12 p.m., 3 p.m. Now, that's around the time they're playing, right?
7.
Yeah, so you're sitting around 62, 63% chance of rain. You said 7? Oh, you're 76% chance. And then it tails down, but by the time it gets around 11 o'clock, it's still 55%. So
rain, thunderstorms mainly in the afternoon, gusty winds, small hail are possible. High 70. Chance of rain 80%. Yeah, well, hopefully they can get the game in. Otherwise, Giants, the worst thing that could happen is they wait around for the game and Giants still don't get out of there till late and the game gets postponed.
And even worse, another thing that could happen too, you get thunderstorms, you're going to be sitting on the tarmac until the thunderstorms clear.
Yeah.
So get out early while you can if they know they're not going to play.
Yeah, but who knows? Baseball doesn't seem to probably think that way. I don't know. Hey, well, Liam, thanks for coming on in from the UK.
Yeah, appreciate that.
Join us some other time when you're on, and love to get your input. And
it'll have to be day games normally.
That's fine. Okay. It'll be on weekends then.
Yeah.
Well, excellent. Well, Liam, thanks for joining. Thanks to Los, who was in the house earlier. Everybody,
people are calling for the fly.
They're calling for the fly. Do you know Flydell, Liam?
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah.
He's famous.
I mean, I listened to the one where he was singing for was it Robert?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, that was classic.
Oh
my gosh.
So
the go to sleep.
Yeah, go to
Robert.
sleep. So we have, in honor of Flydell, if he's still out there. Flydell. Oh yeah, Logan. Flydell. He says, "Hey Jan, send me the link." That was 3 minutes ago.
Hey, check this. Look at this question. Hey Dan, what does your wife think about you? What does that even mean? Come on, man.
Well, that was just a little after his comment about I'm a handsome man. I was like, I was just gonna ignore both of them. So, but somehow we just got them both in. Oh my!
Good old Chardon, huh?
Oh man!
Never a dull moment.
Anytime a man tells me I'm handsome, I kind of like back off.
Oh my God, that's a permanent ban question. Yeah, it could be.
The fly swatted video with Dan's wife laughing.
Yeah, that was a good
priceless.
one.
Oh yeah, that was yeah. For some reason, I keep getting a couple of moths that are getting in. I'm not getting the flies, but moths. How are moths getting in? I don't understand.
Attracted to the light somehow.
Yeah, I don't know if when I go outside at night, open the patio door.
Oh yeah, you open the door, man, they come flying right in.
You don't even see them. Yeah, They're just boom. It's like they're waiting for me. Oh, hey, here he comes. So, well, anyway, tomorrow night we'll see how the game goes. If there is a game, we would probably be coming on late, about 7. Well, it wouldn't be too late because it's 4:10. It would probably be about 7 o'clock our time. Yeah. So we'll see. If there's a game and they play it and there's no rain delays, we'll be on about 7. If there's rain delays, it could be a little later. Or if there's a rain out postponement, we will.
Kai Correa's a moth.
Kai Correa, interesting guy. When I see him on the bench the other day, like when Kapler got kicked out, he kind of does look like a little moth or something. I don't know if this is a moth, but he just doesn't look like he doesn't strike me as a baseball guy. He's just this little guy that looks like almost like what would Kai Correa, how could I best describe him? He looks like maybe a scientist or some kind of I don't know, just some kind of
an analytics guy. How about that?
Yeah, an accountant, I don't know.
Well, Senior says he is a middle infield genius.
Yeah, he does do
the infield drills and stuff.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Let me see. All right.
Yeah, I've got a quick question. When Sable got thrown out for running in the 9th in the game, Kapler got ejected. Who would be making that call for him to steal?
It's hard to say. We don't know if he was given a green light or had,
It was his own.
oh, if it was
doing.
his own, or if he was told to steal, or if it was his own. But now, I could see a little bit of a now. That's just a small guy for. Doesn't that look like a just a? He looks very tiny for a baseball guy, almost like a kid. Almost, he doesn't look that old, does he?
Adam says Kapler mini me.
Yeah, he is. He's kind of like a. But he's just I don't know. Maybe they say he's. I've seen him down in spring training. He runs.
Correa is getting hammered for no reason. Yeah, we got no reason. Yeah, we know.
He runs all the drills down at spring training. He basically, is calling the plays and when they're situations, guy on first, and he's hitting the fungo bat, and calling, okay, 2 out, all right, he's doing everything. Kapler lets him kind of run the show.
Most Kai Correa has ever been talked about on any sports channel.
Yes, exactly. Let's see. Do we have any more on Kai Correa? You know how you always put in Kai Correa and they say Kai Correa's girlfriend.
How did we go from moths to Kai Correa? Hold on, let me see. Oh, because Ted. It's because of Ted. Oh my gosh. He looks like Emperor Hirohito.
Let's see what else. Yeah, he's from Hawaii. He grew up in Hilo, Hawaii. My brother went to basketball or University of Hawaii at Hilo on a basketball scholarship. Interesting. Kai Correa is from Hawaii. Oh, is this? Oh, I guess I am streaming here. Let me see. I was looking for more Correa stuff and seeing if. Let me see here.
Ted, you're welcome.
Kai and Cap are dating. Oh, come on, Emperor. Oh, did you already read that one?
Yeah, Emperor here.
Yeah, he kind of does. Yeah. So Kai Correa. Interesting. Whoa. Now, is that Carlos Correa's wife? Well, dang.
Oh my goodness.
Interesting.
Well, Senior says he's a very good coach.
I think he is. He seems to, he does a lot of drills, infield drills, teaching.
I think he was with Cleveland. He was with the Guardians.
Yeah.
Before he came over to the Giants, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. Well, we could have had if we had gotten Carlos Correa to sign here, this would have been. Well, maybe I shouldn't show that.
Yeah. Come on.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he does a lot of infield drill. Who was talking to him? I think it was it might have been Marty Lurie. They kind of discussed the different infield stuff that they do.
Yeah, here he is doing what Gabe Kapler's top assistant. I wonder if he was. Oh yeah, look at him doing that. There he is. Let me see here. There he is on the turning the
double play.
I'm not sure. Maybe I'm not sure what that is. That's a makeshift. Look at that. That's in another country.
Yeah, that may be Venezuela or something, maybe Dominican, maybe.
Dominican or something.
Oh yeah, the Giants have an academy down there, Dominican Republic, right?
I think so. Yeah. No, he definitely. And I agree with Senior.
Well, Judge, his injury wasn't like a chronic thing. It was because he fucking ran into a wall, right? It happens in baseball. Anyone could go out there and hurt themselves because of running into a wall or getting hit.
The career contract was crazy though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Very crazy. Yeah. Andrew Bailey is Pat Bailey's dad. No. Aaron Judge. Is that true, Senior? Aaron Judge could be done for the year. I saw him walking. I don't know if that's true or not, but I did see him walking.
I've heard that as well. I thought he could be done for the year.
I saw him walking very gingerly out to the mound, the celebration of Hermain's perfect game. He did not look anything close to playing, for quite a while.
He still has more home runs than any Giant player.
Yeah. So I'm curious. Let's see.
Are you looking up on Judge?
Yeah. Let's see. Aaron Judge return. Let's see.
But Arson Judge is just fine. Yep.
Aaron.
Yeah, Senior saying his toe is effed up. They're trying not to do surgery, hoping it'll heal on its own.
All from that.
Going through the bullpen door? Yeah.
Okay, 5 hours ago. Was playing catch. Return is unclear. It has a torn ligament in his toe when slamming into the visitor's bullpen gate. Yep. Let's see. The Yankees have been very close to the vest on perhaps they don't know. Rosenthal said mostly he wants to take swings, but reportedly that has not happened yet. My guess is it's probably another 6-8 weeks. He'll probably be back around. I wouldn't be surprised if he's back mid-August
for the run.
Yeah, I don't know how long ligaments would take to heal.
Would they DH him, or?
Oh yeah, that might DH.
Depends on if he can put any weight on it, because I'm not sure if it's his. I don't even know which toe it is. Was it the big toe or?
Yeah, I don't know.
They didn't say, but let's see.
Eddie, great point. The Giants have an academy in the Dominican Republic, yet we don't have anyone from the Dominican Republic on the team, do we?
Duvall.
No. Duvall, and that's it? No position player?
There's guys coming up. They have.
That Rainer Arias, I think he's coming up from Cuba, isn't he?
I think. Not sure.
Not sure. Senior said big toe.
Let me see. Yeah.
Oh, it's his right toe, the push-off foot.
Let's see how.
That's what Mark is saying.
Okay. Rainer Arias is from the Dominican Republic.
Oh, he is. Oh, there we go, Eddie. Rainer Arias is from the DR. So we'll see what happens.
It's basically like turf toe is an injury in the big toe joint when ligaments, tendons, and soft tissues are in the joint stretch or tear. It is a common injury among football players and athletes who sprint or jump. Turf toe usually gets better with rest, ice over the severe toe injuries may need surgery. Grade 2, I don't know what grade. That's a sprain. Grade 3 it will take as much as 2 to 6 months to fully heal.
Wow.
I bet he's grade 3 if it's a tear, because he's been out close to a month.
Yeah,
3
somewhere
weeks.
around there, right?
That I don't turf toe causes sprained, torn ligament, and then when I put in torn, it goes. They call it turf toe.
That's what Chisholm had, turf toe.
Chaz Chisholm.
That's what he had. He's back now, though.
Pain intensifies in walking. Most minor to moderate injuries will heal within 2 to 4 weeks. More severe injuries, such as injuries that need a cast or a boot, longer to heal. 6 to 8. The most serious injuries will need. Okay, who knows? I don't know what, but my guess is you're talking a couple months at least.
Yep. We'll have to see.
So anyway, what else we got in the chat before we leave here?
I think that's about it. People are calling for Chardal, but he's not around. So,
Chardal, you missed your call again. Chardal,
you snooze, you lose, right?
See, he's like that fly when you see him and you go to get him and then you miss him and then you can't find him. He was there at 5:35. He said, "Oh, he's here at 5:47." He's talking about Verlander's wife, Upton, Kate Upton. Let's see. Yeah, he says Kate Upton is such a smoking hot woman. Let's see. Chardal. I thought he said about 5:35. Chardal doesn't ask for the link anymore. Someone's at 5:30. Anyway, Chardal. Oh, he said at 5:35. Hey, Dan, send me the link. We called you in. We were going to send it out, but we didn't hear from you, Flydall. So, to people in chat, Bally. Bally has a partnership with MLB to show all minor league games for free. Yeah.
Who came up with Flydall?
I ended up coming up with it.
Yeah, that was you, Dan.
Yeah. It's just, yeah. Just a fun name, but okay. Well, Arias is pitching tonight. Interesting.
Yeah, coming off the IL.
Okay. Yeah, hopefully he's not back to form. Dodgers are playing the Royals.
Have they started yet?
I would think that game started. Let me see.
Is it in Kansas City? Then it has started.
It's in Kansas City. It's bottom of the first. No score. First and third, the Royals have in the bottom of the first with nobody out. That could be something. Definitely. Oh, it's 1-0 now. Royals, nobody out. Oh, that's good. Arias is on the mound. Looks like he's having a
tough time of it.
He struggled as well, didn't he, before he went on the IL?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got first and second, nobody out. 1-0 Kansas City.
Uh-oh.
What do we got here? Somebody scored. Okay.
That was I think that's what happened. Yeah, there's the runners on first and second.
Salvador Perez is batting, is it?
No,
it's not.
Who's the lefty for the Royals?
Yeah,
Who's that look like?
It's someone called Prato.
Oh,
Prado. Nick Prado.
Okay, yeah. There we go. I just have to hold it up a little bit there. Yeah, we need to see actual long ball or something. I don't want to put that out there just since it's live too much. So, but we'll see what happens here. Maybe we'll hang and see what that is Perez on first base. Man, he's a big dude, big
Yep.
guy. See what happens here, kind of before we get off, because Dodgers need to lose. Pickoff attempt at second, but he's in there.
Yeah, it's only the first inning though, too.
Yeah, but if you get if you can get 3-4 runs, jump them. Depending on who's pitching for Kansas City too, because they've got a couple of good young pitchers.
Hey Dan, MF is asking, are we going to do a live if it's postponed?
I don't know. It all depends on the mood. Maybe I'll do a update on the quarterback situation of the Niners.
That was one of these. Oh gosh!
Whenever I go on YouTube, it's Larry Krueger, 49ers quarterback situation.
Yeah.
Who's going to be the backup, Trey Lance or Sam Darnold?
Yeah. How many of those shows can you do? I guess keep watching. Yeah.
No, I'm a Brock Purdy guy all the way.
Yeah, Purdy.
Because we went out to watch 49ers Chiefs last year.
I see what Senior's doing. He keeps asking Dan questions, hoping that Chardall will show up during that time.
I
see what he's
doing.
Yeah,
Yeah, I like the Chardall signing. I like the Draymond signing. They had to sign him.
I'll be
not
right
sure
back.
what they're going to do. I've heard some talk that they're interested in Kelly Oubre. I've also heard they've had some interest in Daro Saric. Don't know what they're going to do. Dan, would I ever cover Cal football? Yeah. I've got an inside. My brother's a coach there at Cal. So, and yeah, I do know Joe Starkey. I actually, in college, when I was in college, my brother was playing there at Cal, and I don't know if it was my senior year of high school, my first year of college. I was doing, was in the press box with Joe Starkey as his spotter. I had the binocs on, and I would see who made the tackle, and then I would point to the press guide so that he knew who was in on the tackles. Because you can't see it right away if you're, announcing. So trying to get, plays up the middle, that kind of stuff. Yeah, Kings didn't seem like they were never interested in Draymond. It was a lot of hype.
Yeah, they signed the MVP of the Euro division today.
Yeah. Boy, by the way, Urias just threw his 20th pitch, and nobody out still. He's 3-2.
Wow.
He's fouling off.
Count.
He's fouling off
count now.
Yeah, it's a full count. He keeps fouling balls off, but he's thrown 20 pitches with nobody out. If he walks him, now you load the bases, and you could be throwing 40 pitches this inning. So here comes the 3-2 pitch, and he fouled another one off.
Wow, pitch 10 in the at-bat. Well, now it's coming up to 11, I'm guessing.
You remember Brandon Belt?
Fouled another one.
Yeah, in Anaheim. What was it, like 20-something pitches?
He's something like that.
Crazy.
23, 27.
Yeah, it was ridiculous.
I can't remember it was unbelievable. But
how long was the Freddie Freeman at bat with Taylor Rogers?
Yeah, here comes another 3-2 pitch.
Oh, yeah, that was another long at-bat.
Fouled another one off. He's getting them thrown in there, but he's just throwing these hanging curves that wow. That's tough to come off the IL and throw 22 pitches with nobody out.
He ain't gonna go he's gonna go as long as Descalfani did.
Yeah. So Prado, he steps into the box. What do we got? Umpire's calling a warning.
A warning?
For making sure he's not.
Bases loaded.
Yeah. Did he?
Wow.
You might be ahead of me.
Yeah.
Oh, you're ahead of me. Yeah, ball 4. Ooh,
That's
that
what
looked
MF
like
said. I'm just reading what he's saying.
that looked like a strike almost. Wow. And here comes the pitching coach. 23 pitches, down 1-0. How'd you like that? Okay. You start the game off and you say, okay, you're starting from, because you guys are so much better than the Royals. We've already thrown 23 pitches. It's 1-0, Kansas City, and bases are loaded, nobody out. And this is how you start.
Now, if he gets out of this, that's going to be a miracle without giving up another run.
Yeah. Yeah, let me take a look here and see what's going on with the scoreboard here. Maybe we can put up the see what the Diamondbacks are doing if they.
Oh yeah, you could bring up the out of town scoreboard.
MLB scores. StreamYard. Share screen. There we go. You got something in the chat that's funny? I didn't.
Yeah, Senior said exactly, Eric. It worked.
Oh, about
you asking you questions, so you stay on. So Chardal gets on.
Chardal coming on to close the show. We should let Chardal just run the board.
Oh, it hasn't even started yet. Not till 7:07.
0-1 count. 0-2 fouled it off. All right, so Diamondbacks hasn't started yet. I should run down there to the game tonight. It's only 108.
Yeah, no kidding. No. They're in Anaheim, aren't they? Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Okay, so Olivares is batting.
Almost hit him.
And the 0-2 pitch. Yeah, you almost hit him. You're a little ahead of me, Liam.
Yeah.
How can I get mine to go faster? You're in London.
I'm not watching it. I'm on the game day.
Oh, okay. So
yeah, game day is a little bit quicker. Yeah.
Okay.
I can watch it though, and then I won't spoil it.
I like game day just so you can see where the pitches are going.
You can see it when you're watching it too.
Yeah, but you could just see where exactly it's at within that strike zone.
Okay, fly ball,
Ooh.
short center field. That's not going to score anybody.
Wow.
Oh, he's tagging. Here comes the throw. He's safe. He beat it. I can't believe it. Who's that
Did
guy?
he tag up? Did he tag up?
Oh my goodness, he tagged.
That was Perez. That was at second, so he went to third.
The guy on third. He came home. Who the heck was that? Bobby Witt? Yes, it was.
Oh, I thought you said Perez was at second.
Oh my goodness! Look at this. Oh, look at him tag.
Oh, that's why the guy caught it.
He
was still going to the outfield before his feet were even set. Holy crap. That's ballsy.
That's some balls, exactly. I mean, goodness gracious, that was awesome. See?
Wow.
You get those young kids, they can do that. Bobby Witt Jr. is probably only, 22?
Oh. No worries, Liam.
Oh,
yeah, that happens. His phone died. That's why he went out.
Oh, hey, thanks, Liam.
Yeah, thanks for coming on.
Yeah. Oh, fastball. Oh, he got hit. Matt Duffy.
Oh, this is a disaster for Urias, man.
Bases loaded. He hit him in the foot. 29 pitches in, 1 out, 2-0.
Warm up that bullpen.
Like I said, 40 pitches. He's looking at. Ooh,
what did he go on to IL for, anyways?
I'm not sure.
You bet, Liam. Anytime.
Yeah, thank you, Liam. Great to have you. It's awesome. We got some fans in the UK.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. So, bases loaded. What you need is just to clear the bases. A shot in the gap. They got Phil Bickford, ex-Giant #1 draft pick, warming up in the bullpen for the Dodgers. He may not get out of the first inning.
He may not.
What does that mean by bury a lens, music lens? Oh, there's a fly ball to right. Mookie, you're going to be a play at the plate. Perez is not fast. I bet he gets him. Yep. Oh, he called him safe. He called him safe. He missed the tag.
Oh my God.
Oh my. Perez is a tank, and he scored. And he's hurting. Ooh. 3-0. I thought Mookie, because he's got a cannon. I thought Mookie would get him. They're going to peel. They're going to, I bet you they're
Challenge.
Challenge? Are they?
Liam, I think yes. You are the official first non-American.
Watch this play at the plate. Watch
on
this play at
NorCal
the
Sports
plate.
Network.
He should have.
Boosh. On one hop.
I think he got his hand in there. Let's see.
Let's see.
Oh, he did.
No, he's safe.
He did. He got his hand in the back of the
He
plate.
got the back of the plate before he touched him on his hip.
3-0.
Wow.
Wow. So 3-0. 31 pitches. Second and third. 1-1 count now. That'd be awesome if he throws a bunch of pitches and walks them and loads the bases, and then now here he comes again. Oh, fly ball to center. It's going to drop. Maybe it might drop. It does. 5-0.
Oh my gosh.
That's what you want.
That's
dropped into
unbelievable.
no man's land.
That's hilarious.
Yes, this is what we need. The Dodgers to.
Ted says Will Smith is no Patrick Bailey. Who knows where Chardall's from?
Wow, it just dropped in there. 5-0. Tired of seeing the Dodgers win. Okay, so he's thrown 33 pitches in the first inning. Get him to 40.
Oh, good point, Spencer. Their Dodgers bullpen sucks too. So
interesting. Kansas City, man. They how did they win the World Series in 15? Back-to-back World Series, 14 and 15, and then they just like
that bullpen
tanked. They're just like awful.
They had guys that were just playing really good. You had Moustakas at the height of his powers. What's his name? Gordon out in left field. Lorenzo Cain in center. Can't remember who they had in right.
Liam says, "Who knows where?"
Yep.
Chardall's from. Ooh, took a strike 3 in the inning. Wow. But they score 5. Score 5.
Here's Logan's theory. Chardall has been doing a character / persona this whole time. It's possible. Quite possible.
Chardall's pretty he's actually a pretty smart guy. He's actually he knows what's going on. He knows how to.
Don't sleep on him. That's what you're saying.
Don't sleep on him. Like the time when Larry was in here and he said, "Who's your?" There's 3 of us in the chat.
Yeah.
And he said, "Who's the top in the chat?" And he said, "Number 1, Dan. Number 2, Los, and number 3, Larry."
Yeah.
And Larry's like, "Oh." And then Chardall, "I'm pulling your chain, Larry. I'm pulling your chain."
Well, if you notice, every channel Chardall goes on to, he always tells the host is the best host.
Yeah. Oh, wow. A whole show on Chardall, man. The guy's like famous.
Remember Leonard Nimoy and the show he had that he hosted, In Search of?
Oh, yeah.
The Mysteries of Chardall.
Yes. Oh, man. All right, Eric. Well,
yep. I think we're ready to call it now.
Kind of a rough day for the Giants. No real action.
Bad starting pitching.
You know, the bullpen continues to do well. You know, Mania gave up 1 run. You know, the game went so fast. Who did pitch today?
Junis came in after.
Was it just So the actual let's take a look real quick at the box score. DeSclafani 3 innings pitched, Mania 3 innings pitched, and Junis 2. So they didn't use any of their. I see what they're doing with their. They're basically through 3 starters today, and none of them really pitched to the point of you know, what's using them up. Like Junis only threw 17 pitches. Mania threw 56, but he also pitched yesterday.
Yeah.
So he's done for at least 3 days. DeSclafani threw 55 pitches, but they didn't use any of their high leverage guys at all. So they get a day of rest. So all the bullpen stays rested. It's kind of, I think, the philosophy that Farhan had going into this season was to get enough starting pitching that they could not wear out the high leverage guys.
But here's the deal. As the season progresses, your body's going to acclimatize to how you're pitching. So when you're a starter, you're always being a starter. So you're always built up. When you start going out these shorter outings, by the end of the season, your body's only going to be used to going so many. So if you ask them to throw more, you may have an issue.
Yeah, I mean, you got 55 out of them. Junis can go that. I mean, you're getting guys to be able to go 3 to 4 innings. So you're eating up your innings. What they need to do is keep the main guys fresh, and then hopefully they add a starting pitcher who's a true
someone
workhorse.
who can exactly
somebody that can eat up 7 innings like Webb. Corbin Burns is my guy. I'm calling it. I'm sticking with it. He would make the Giants. If they got Burns here early in July, they could make them the favorites to win the National League West.
I think the asking price is going to be too much for Farhan to get Burns.
It may be, but
because they're still in it in the NL Central. So
yeah, and Milwaukee today,
exactly. MF
won 11-8.
Yep.
So if we go back to the standings, are we showing the screen yet?
No.
All right, let's just close it with the standings, and then we'll get out of here. There we go. Standings. All right. Let's go to the National League West. Giants are 3 out. Diamondbacks play tonight. Need the Angels to win that game. Dodgers are losing 5-0. If that stands, the Giants will remain a half game behind. But let's take a look at the National
Milwaukee's
League
are tied.
Central. Milwaukee and the Reds, identical records at 44-39. Pirates are 4.5 back. Cubbies 4.5 back. And the Cardinals look like at this point, man, that's going to be tough to overcome.
I think they're done.
You're going to have to overcome 4 teams to get in your division. And if you look at the Cardinals in the wild card, are they even on the map in the wild card? Let's see. Yeah, they're 11 back. Forget them getting a wild card. They're not climbing over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 teams. Okay. So right now, if you took the wild card, Giants are the 3rd wild card team. And then they're a game and a half over the Phillies, who are going to be probably the toughest team to hold off, in my opinion.
Yeah, they're coming on strong, aren't they? What was their last? Go to the right. What's their last 10 look like? Does it show?
6-4.
6-4.
Giants are
5-5.
5-5. Yeah, after winning 10 in a row, they've, at least they're holding water.
Yeah.
Win tomorrow and then come on the homestand and they need to get healthy. I guess their thinking is that Yaz will be back probably Monday night. Conforto, the fact that they haven't put him on the IL, they're probably thinking he'll be available to pinch hit, if not tomorrow night when they get home. I'm not sure. Yeah. Jeez. The play he hurt himself on, it just didn't even look like nothing. Just probably hit his leg on the side and then probably felt it tighten
You know what?
up.
It may not even happen when he hit the wall. It may have happened as he is running to the wall.
Possibly.
Yeah.
Quite possibly, yeah. So if we look at the American League wild card, Angels are 1.5 off the pace. Toronto and the
Cleveland's only 5 out now.
Yeah. Wonder if the Angels or the Yankees fall off without Judge,
What's their last 10 look like?
Who, Yankees? Well, they're 6-4. They just finished with the A's.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's gonna be
Seattle all the way up are in the race right now.
Yeah, Seattle. I wonder if they'll be buyers or sellers. I'm thinking Detroit, Chicago, KC, and Oakland would definitely be guys that would sell if they had anything. Rockies, Nationals, Cardinals, hopefully the Mets and the Padres. That's interesting.
Yeah.
We'll see. But awesome. So very good, everybody. Yanks are playing 2 in St. Louis. Chris Ryan's back for the Rockies finally. That guy's a mess.
No kidding, huh? Let's get some final music going on in here.
Yeah. Eddie K says it's still July, Dan. If you're under the sun, 10. Yeah. Ned Coletti said the same thing. If you got to climb over 7 or 8 teams like the Cardinals, instead of being really 11 back in the wild card or 9 or whatever it was, you're actually mathematically further back because you have to overcome all these other teams.
Yeah.
So, just because you gain, it's easy. I shouldn't say easy, but it's very possible to gain 8-10 games on a team when you're just chasing one team.
Right.
I mean, we've seen that done before. Anyway, hit that like button, everybody. As Bay Area Music Lynn says, hit the like button, hit subscribe. Get your friends, family members to subscribe. Create an account for them. Subscribe. Let's get those subs up. Let's get it pushed over 1,000. Where are we at right now with subs, Eric?
I think we're around 540, somewhere in there. 540. Yeah.
540. Let's see. We need to get to 620 to match the time. Let's get to 620 right away. We're at 540. All right. Yep. We only need 60 more subscribers in the next couple of hours. Get creative, everybody.
Yeah. That's funny.
Yeah. MF, you ask the same questions all the time. Yes, I've said it. Marty's coming on after the All-Star break. Probably the series when they are facing be a weeknight because he's busy on the weekends. I got to look at the schedule again. Yeah, should be when they're playing Cincinnati.
Oh, wow.
Either the 17th, 18th, or 19th. We'll get Marty on one of those 3 nights. So look for that. Probably may do the same. May have Ned on the same show, possibly. We'll talk trades and we'll talk Giants, and
that's right in the time to do it. Yep. That'll be fun.
Yeah. What? Dodgers are storming back? Let me see that. That can't be. That can't be. They better not be. Oh, They're not storming back. What do you call storming back? It's 5-1.
But what's the situation?
Oh, they got second and third though. Okay, just made it 5-1. It was 5-0 when I said.
How many outs?
Back. 1 out.
Oh boy.
Second and third. Who's on the mound? Who's on the mound for the
Royals? Who cares?
Well, they got one pitcher I like. Oh, Lynch. I was hoping it was Brady Singer because he's a good pitcher.
Oh yeah.
But all right, well, we'll see. Top of the second, 1 out. If the Dodgers get 2 across, they could come back and easily win that game. But all right. Oh yeah, Flan Man. I've got his phone number. I could give the Flan Man a call. That would be good. I may have to do that. Anyway.
Well, MF says runs. Runs.
I'm seeing 5.
And I don't think we're not talking about this kind of run. We're not talking about that. I think we're talking baseball runs, right?
Baseball runs. It's 5-2 now with 2 out. 5-2, man on third. All right, Flydall didn't make it into the room tonight. So
nope.
Hey everybody, we shall see you, as they say, in who's the guy? Washington Nationals main announcer. We shall see you